for confirmation.
Waiting for it to pop up.
It should be starting right now.
Let's see. Okay, yep, I see the...
There was no
Yep,
warning
it's
this time. Alright, then we should be online without warning this time. But yeah. Welcome everyone! Welcome back at a shiny new Sonic Dissected Alive. How exciting.
Hey, our third milestone for the series.
A milestone? What's that?
Yeah, I guess, it's episode 75, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, I guess so. I didn't even think of that. Another quarter of 100. How exciting. So, Melty, thanks for the thumbnail. Sorry, Salah?
Oh, yeah, Milty, thank you for the thumbnail. And yeah, just like the our last milestone, 51, where Milty was away at, was it TrotCon, I believe?
Yeah, TrotCon.
Yeah. This time I am in Montana, so look forward to episode 100, where Ewan will be reporting live from Zimbabwe.
Somehow.
I'm kind of wondering, how are you, what is your, situation with talking right now? What kind of device are you using to record?
Oh, I'm just on my laptop, just like good old days when we first started the stream.
Ah, that's different from the 50th, because, yeah, when I was at TrotCon, I was communicating through the phone, so...
How wonderful. Oh, well. Anyway, yeah, so more changes. I'm afraid Luke won't be here today. After all, he's been eaten by Kirby, so Kirby with his power-up is here instead. Hi, Kirby.
Oh, I see.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll explain this. Yeah, I'll explain this. I was playing Kirby's Adventure on the NES Online service. I had a lot of fun playing it on the Nintendo World Championships, and yeah, it's not too bad. I usually pass up on the Kirby games, as I usually find them too easy. I'm not a fan of the whole cutesy game thing, but it's not too bad. It's a lot more longer and a lot more challenging than Kirby's Dream Land, and I really enjoyed the different abilities. And of course, the final battle with King DDD is a lot more challenging than it was in Kirby's Dream Land, and also what starts the whole frenemy thing with Kirby and King DDD, as Kirby has to end up fighting this space vampire or something, which is also challenging in itself.
I love that Kirby has this power-up that he turns to a UFO. That's one of the best power-ups, and I don't think it's in any other Kirby game as far as I know.
Yeah, I thought I tried. You could take it outside the levels, so I could use it against King DDD, but I don't think you can. I think my favorite abilities would be that the sword, the cutter one, the fireball one's pretty good as well. So I started to make a Kirby-fied version of myself, when my ability would be I throw teapots at enemies that are full of tea inside it, so they get burned.
I just looked it up. I guess the UFO does show up in other Kirby games, so I'm educated again.
Yeah, I've only played, 2 Kirby games, I think, like Kirby 64 and, the Forgotten Lands on Switch.
I played about half of them. I like them, but yeah, they're kind of easy and kind of samey, I guess. I love the Super Nintendo ones. And Nintendo 64, yeah, kind of cool. You can kind of combine power-ups and all that. Yeah, Kirby's fine. Not my favorite IP, but it's fun every now and then.
Yeah.
Still want to try the new Switch one, the 3D one, but I haven't had an opportunity yet. Good old Kirby.
Yeah, old Kirby, yeah.
I suppose it does make me wonder, if Kirby ate you, what kind of ability would it get off you?
Well, I know, after you showed that pic of you, Miss Kirby, I did this quick doodle at work, well, when I was not busy at work, that I just it's just Kirby with the, the mining hat, and his main ability is wielding a pickaxe to, kind of go with the mining theme.
I can imagine Kirby-fied melting mode, just jump out of a bin going, "Hey!"
Yeah, that'd be fun. Meanwhile, me and the wife were playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. We ran into an NPC that reminded us of Luke. It was like this fancy guy.
Is it the original or the remake?
It's a remake on the Switch. So.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, Luke the Bob-omb.
Look the bomb, exactly.
Sad thing about the Thousand Year Door is that I really like. I kind of liked it, even though I'm not really that big into turn-based RPG. But yeah, I remember playing it back then. I got really far. Like I at least got to like kind of like the final world, and then I just kind of stopped. It's like just one of those games where I got very far, and then suddenly I just stopped and never played it again.
Yeah, I understand the feeling. I got
Like
that a
many
lot.
others.
Yeah, Ewan, happens to you a lot too.
Mm.
Happens to me
Yeah,
a lot with
because
Assassin's Creed. Those games always kind of outstay their welcome. I'm having a good time the first couple of days I play, but after a while I was like, it keeps going and going.
The fourth one because pirates.
Of course, yes, that's pretty epic. I mean, they're good, and I'm not saying anything bad. It's just like they kind of outstay their welcome a bit. Oh well.
Yeah, Roger just prefers them short.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I have more stuff to do, so I kind of prefer my games like arcade style. Then again, I've been playing the Yakuza games a lot, and they also take a lot of time to beat, so it's not like I never play any long games. But yeah. Kind of have to keep things fresh and new content starting, but when you keep running around the same locations doing the same thing over and over again, and yeah.
Could I talk a bit about the Nintendo World Championships thing?
Sure, we're still wasting time anyway, so go ahead.
In a way, it's not bad. It's kind of like a spiritual successor to NES Remix, but it's kind of more based on speed running because you're like seeing if you can like complete certain things from certain NES games in a short amount of time, and it kind of teaches you a bit about how to speed run these games. I mean, the most challenging, difficult one is to speed run Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, it's not too bad, but it is very short, and also it doesn't have all the games that were featured in the actual World Championships, like Rad Racer and Tetris. And I also did where you're competing against other people. I've won a few silvers and I won a gold. But yeah, if you're like into like doing speed running challenges, I would say give it a go. And I think it has potential for like maybe like additional NES games to be added if they're going to do it.
Alrighty. That's interesting thing Nintendo did, yeah. But yeah, I'm not super into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love speed running, but not Nintendo games. They're a little too stiff for that, in my taste. But actually,
I think most of us are a bit stiff on that.
yep. Then again, that's the technology for you, I suppose. Still kind of cute for them to bring back that internet meme, I guess. Although I only know the World Championship from an Angry Video Game Nerd episode. I'm willing to bet $1 million of his fans bothered about him. Make a new video about the new one. Poor
Or
nerd.
just watching some of these old videos of people apparently faking these sort of world record attempts on Super Mario Brothers. Because I think there was one of someone. I'm not sure exactly which country though, but they basically just mashed together all these sort of clips together, and yet he was sort of like almost playing the game in sort of a mocking type of way, like, oh yeah, I'm casually just trying to beat a world record here. I've got enough time to drink my bottle of Coke and a slice of pizza. And of course he was called out for it, and then he says, oh, it's fine, I was only just pretending. It wasn't supposed to be real. Even though he kind of treated the whole thing as if it was real.
Well, I mean, if you gotta parody it, you gotta parody it good. Like, go.
Yeah.
For, I'm going for a nap. All the gameplay footage still keeps going.
Yeah.
While you nap, and you kind of move the control a little bit. Like, again, go full blown parody if you do that.
Yeah, maybe just like literally just controlling with just one hand as he's eating, and just being like relaxing. It's like, yeah, I'm just trying this with one hand, even though I got to have two.
This game is so easy, my hamster can play. Then he puts the control in the hamster cage and he walks away. And the foot just keeps going. You see the hamster just looking at the controller, not even being close to it. It's like, oh, he's controlling the game with his mind.
Or he's like, do you know what, I'm so good at this game, I can even play with my feet. Look, drops on the floor, out of camera view, and then he just lays back as he's like pretending to be tapping the controllers. He's doing godlike things with it.
Yeah, could make fun videos like that. Anyway, we shouldn't waste too much time since Elise has things to do. Can we move to Sonic Underground, or should we waste some more time?
Um,
Well, I guess
Uh,
talking about video games, I'd like to throw my 2 cents in there.
Fair enough. Go
My
ahead.
favorite game to play currently is Final Fantasy XIV. It's the
Ah.
MMORPG, and they came out with the new campaign, Dawn Trail,
Hmm.
recently, and I'm really excited for that. Of course, I've just been busy with work and stuff. I haven't been able to play much of it, but yeah. Then they introduced 2 new classes: the Viper, which is a dual wielding, like a sword dual wielding class, and a Pictomancer, which is where you use a brush and art pad. I'm not kidding, to bring drawings to life to fight for you.
Oh, that's pretty
oh
awesome.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
that draw to life game. Yeah.
I just like, this game thinks of everything. It's great.
I always love it when they're creative with the RPG jobs. I mean, that's why I kind of like the new like a Dragon games too. They also do the RPG, but then they have like modern jobs translate to RPG, like job kind of things. So you're a movie star, and it then translates to being a swordsman or like a kung fu move and all that. But yeah, back to Final Fantasy. Sorry.
Yeah, but they also have for the archer class, you can get what's called a job, and it's called the Bard job. And when you do that, you unlock the ability to play instruments. So your character can play any instrument you want. And it's great. And as someone who was in band who played the trumpet, that was
Well, if you play Final Fantasy, you have to be the bard, of course, like a loopy bard. Or what was it, Spoony Bard?
what?
Oh, that's a meme.
It's just
with
called
Final
the
Fantasy.
Bard class.
Oh, fair
Yeah.
enough. But yeah, Archer looks pretty cool. So kind of looks like
Yeah.
you then.
What I find hilarious though is that this is a game where the world has both archers, but they also have gunslingers. Like, I'm not kidding. This world also has guns.
Yeah, that's a little unfair.
Yeah, but I guess it also has like wizards and stuff. You know, they have like black mages, which are DPS, and then you have white mages who are healers. So I guess it's just, I think it's also because it has a magic system that, you know, it's like you can have guns and bows and arrows in the same universe. So because of the magic system that goes on there, where maybe archers use magic to give it themselves an edge to their arrows.
And they do that a lot, right? That they add like ice or fire powers to the arrows. Is that an option in the game?
Yeah. Well, they also have like barrages where you get. It's like the animation is where they only fire off 3, but then like when you look at the animation itself, you see like there is like a sprawl of arrows on the ground where your target is. So. Yeah, and they also have like poison arrow things, and so. Yeah, a lot of it does have to deal with like magic.
There you go. So as soon as you get magic in there, you can make up all the rules you want.
Yeah, well, within reason, I would say. I think Final Fantasy XIV does do a good job with that.
If it looks cool and painful, then it works. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Realism be darned. It just has to look cool. So. And archers
Yeah.
look cool, so you win.
Yeah, and as someone who does archery, I do like that class.
I love to have a class that's like a
understand
dart player where you kind of throw like a dartboard to your opponent's head and then you start throwing darts at them or something. That's something stupid I would come up with.
Yeah, although my main class is Red Mage.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, that's like a rapier magic wielder. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, where you get to use a sword, but you also get to use magic. So
For the ones who can't make a decision. Jack of all trades, let's just say that.
yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasy anymore. But then again, each Final Fantasy game is a completely different thing. There's not really much of a, even kind of gameplay continuity. So it's kind of a hard series to keep following.
Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV exists. It's an MMORPG, so it exists kind of in its own. It's its own story, I will say.
Well, each Final Fantasy game is its own story. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably one of the reasons why I never played. I'm not really into online RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looks pretty cool. A lot of cool fantasy creatures in the background.
Yeah.
Gosh, it wouldn't be Final Fantasy without them. That's why I never understood that movie from 2001. Like, they make a Final Fantasy movie, but it has absolutely no fantasy in it. It's more like a weird Star Trek kind of thing.
Oh, that, yeah.
Oh, man, I hated that movie. Like, that's not Final Fantasy at all, man. This is boring. But yeah, off topic. Alrighty, so you really recommend Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah, and also if you're someone who likes to customize character looks and like outfits and stuff, this is the game for you because they have so many customization options. And now with Dawn Trail, you used to only be able to dye your outfits one color, but for some of them now you can dye them 2 different colors.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, they just opened up customization even more, and I'm here for it.
Of course, that's the whole value of online RPGing. You want to be yourself, represent who you are.
Mm-hmm.
After all, there's the whole planet now looking. Alrighty, anyone else has a video game they want to recommend to the world? Ewan, you're playing something stupid?
Not too much recently. I decided to start playing that old Ubisoft game on the Switch, Starlink Battle for Atlas.
I know why, because of Star Fox, right?
Yeah, just because it was on special offer online, so I thought, might as well give it a go. Has been enjoyable so far. I spent most of the time just exploring the planets. Like, you know, screw the captain, I want to just explore this little bit over here.
That's always with these games. Ignoring the main story and just doing whatever you want. I don't know, I never really trust games where you explore entire planets. When there's so much ground to cover, it feels like it's going to be a lot of copy-paste, like generic landscapes. Although at least the cover looks kind of cool, so maybe I'm wrong. I never played this, so I have no idea.
Well, fortunately, the planet is... even though despite like how big the planets look, it won't exactly take you too long. Well, a stupidly huge amount of time to explore it, because it'll probably take you maybe like a minute or 2 just to loop around the whole planet whilst on the ground.
Huh, that's not really big. Alrighty. But yeah, it's kind of missing that arcade feel that I like Star Fox for, so I'm more into Star Fox Assault. I love the arcade feeling of that game.
Yeah, and the closest thing to arcadey I've been also played was Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Since they finally dropped the price of the remastered version, because all it had to take for them just to finally drop the price of it was releasing it on the new Nintendo 64 Mature section.
Of course.
But yeah.
Alrighty, a lot of Nintendoing, except for Elise. Just,
Square Enix, I guess.
I mean, Final Fantasy did have a history with Nintendo in the past, but not anymore.
Yeah. Well, not as much.
Fair enough. Are we ready to go to Sonic Boom?
Boom.
I think you mean
Yeah,
Underground.
Sonic Underground, sorry, my
Yeah.
apologies.
That's okay.
Or are you just trying to
Later.
trick Elise into finally joining us? Even though she's somewhere?
Yeah, because she seems to always duck out whenever we get to the Boon comics.
I'm sorry, I am insanely busy at the moment, okay?
What's more
Yeah, 'cause
important
you
than
played
talking about a
Distribution.
blue hedgehog? What, moving, having jobs? What a silly thing to spend
You know, it's
your
like
time
first
with.
it's going to see your nephews, then you've suddenly got a sore throat, and now, oh, I need to be someplace very important.
I am not
You can
joking. I was like, I'm not joking. And actually, this time, Monday, we're going to be placing the ashes of my deceased grandparents and aunt
Oh.
into a columbarium.
Ah.
So, yeah.
Well, that went dark pretty quick.
Yeah, which feels
Right,
now,
so-
huh?
Yeah.
We appreciate you're still here, Elise. Thank you for being here. And rest in peace for your grandmother.
I'm sorry. I see your reactions. It's like, that got dark really quick. It's like, and now you know why I am going to be going away for the week.
Well, we
Oh,
appreciate
but-
you could still make time to be here for us today.
Yeah, well, it's things like this that provide a nice it's like
Distraction.
yeah,
Laughter.
nice distraction, a
Yeah,
nice
nice
distraction,
relief,
and you
yeah.
guys never fail to make me laugh. So.
We do our best.
And we have a lot of wholesome manic moments today, so that's
Yeah.
good as well.
Best boy.
Alrighty, let's start with the first preview video for the first episode. Made
Yep, I left it up on live stream planning if anyone wants to watch it right now as opposed to waiting for the 10-second delay.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that was annoying.
that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, very convenient.
All right, well, start now. I'll wait 10 seconds and I'll play it on stream. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8.
Well, somebody thinks it's funny.
Alrighty, thank you, Ewan, for making that for us.
That was great. The Cyrus reaction, and then the Thomas bit.
That was so funny,
Yep.
yeah, with Cyrus. But right,
Yeah.
Yep.
who's the
Oh,
lucky
well,
person giving us the synopsis?
it-
What did you say, Ewan?
Twas me. Twas me. I said I'd be doing it. Hence why I also did the intro because I kind of knew what bits would I kind of be able to use
Fair enough. Dan, send us off.
to oblivion.
Yes.
And beyond.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Here we go then. Hey kids, it's time for story reading by Ewan, where today's special word is wheesh. Pull up your undies and go wheesh when you hear it. Don't worry, I'll try not to be too spammy with that, but you'll understand what parts will be wheeshing to. But anyway. As we pan from a shot of Citadel Robotnik to a communications tower, the disembodied voice of Queen Elena basically says with modern technology, her kids keep forgetting about magic. Just as Sonia and Cyrus rush up to a bush nearby, the pink hedgehog questions what's keeping Sonic from cutting the power, where we then cut to Sonic and Manic eating at a chili dog stand, with the green hedgehog suggesting they get moving. Sonic, after eating his 2 chili dogs, grabs a pair of electric wire cutters, which are electrified apparently, runs off and then almost immediately returns back to gloat how fast he is as the power goes out, much to Manic being surprised by how quick that was. Back with Sonia and Cyrus, they see the power going out all over Robotropolis and at the communications tower where they are hiding by. Sonia quickly scales up the tower to plant the transmitter bug and quickly jumps off and slides down the tower before the backup power comes on and potentially fry the pink hedgehog. They get spotted by the patrolling SWAT bots, but Sonic speeds in and hurries the two to safety. Later on at Citadel Robotnik, the evil doctor barks at his henchmen Sleet and Dingo to attention as he explains that the pollution from Robotropolis has exposed a new land, called the Emerald Peninsula, with thousands of potential recruits for the roboticizer. He orders Sleet to take his command ship and a transporter ship to capture these new recruits. Sleet asks how they are able to find the most likely hiding recruits, which Robotnik responds by luring them out with a mystical creature called a boggin, that the locals believe in, that if caught would give them wealth, with Sleet finishing off the plan where they will lure the recruits out and use the transporter's tractor beam to nab them. Dingo foolishly asks where they can find a boggin, with Sleet using the morpher remote and turning the large orange muscled dimwit into a small boggin. I had to ask, he says. Meanwhile, at the Hedgehog's hideout, the Hedgehogs are starting the rehearsals practice for Liberty Day Parade, which Sonic turns up late again because of a chili dog, because he's got to fill in his quota. The Hedgehogs start playing the song of the episode, all the while Cyrus is watching on from the door with a look of, what the fuck did I just walk into? After the most quietest, excitable clap I've heard, Sonic mentions to Cyrus that they were just practicing for Liberty Day, with the line responding if they can make it back in time, and that's the last we hear of Liberty Day. Cyrus explains that because of the bug they planted on the transmitter, they got a message from Robotnik that he sent Sleet and Dingo to the Emerald Peninsula to capture the folks there and bring them back for roboticization. All the while Sonic is stuffing his face with another chili dog. Later on, the hedgehogs in the camper van arrive at the Emerald Peninsula just as it's getting dark, with Sonia explaining to her brothers about the boggin, what a boggin is, while Sonic cracks jokes about a boggin potentially being a banker. Just then, the engine of the camper van starts to act up, with Manic claiming it was fine before he left, though Sonic questions otherwise, resulting in the moody green hedgehog to respond. The compression ratio was 12:1, advanced the timing, cleaned and recapped the plugs, and that he torqued down the valve cover exactly 16.8 pressure pounds. It looked fine. Just as the engine splutters, the camper van comes to a halt, while Manic basically responds to Sonic, "Don't you say a fucking word," as they get engulfed in smoke. The hedgehogs exit the camper van as Manic checks on the engine, where they hear a strange sound coming from somewhere. Manic spots a fast pink thing coming towards them as the hedgehogs gasp, as we fade out to a commercial break. Sonic Underground will return after these messages. We now return to Sonic Underground. We return back to the hedgehogs as the fast pink thingy, 3, 2, 1, whoosh, enters the hedgehogs, sending them spinning and landing on the ground as the fiendish thingy runs off. Sonic points out whatever it was, it sure looked ugly, where a random laugh is heard in the distance, resulting in the blue hedgehog noting that someone apparently found that funny, though little does he know that it was probably the ghost of Citizen C, aka Big Mouthed Fred, due to dying happily in an explosion in the beginning's episode. Manic then finds the thing that resulted in the engine going kaputski, as he found it in the intake manifold. He holds his nose while holding up a sack with something brown dripping from it. But before anyone can make any poop jokes, Sonia looks in the bag and finds a chili dog, which Sonic immediately eats happily that it's still warm, much to the grand annoyance from his siblings. The hedgehogs are aimlessly wandering around to find a place where they can stay warm, when Sonia spots a house that has a chimney smoke, meaning warmth. Just then, they hear a familiar sound from earlier. Sonic spots the quickly pink thingy coming towards them. He attempts to stop it, but with a whoosh, it bonks Sonic to the ground as it gets away. As Sonia mocks his blue brother, they are greeted by an elderly lady who has been hearing a bog beastie about and assumes she'd find someone out and about. She invites them into her home as she inquires what they were doing out in the cold. Meanwhile, Boggin Dingo is being chased by Citizens B and I before they get caught by the transporter's tractor beam and beamed up into the ship. Sleet compliments Dingo's efforts and suggests that they go to a new area. What the hell's an area? Oh, no. But Dingo's efforts and suggest a new area where they hear a familiar sound. Back with the hedgehogs, Sonic asks what that thing was. The old lady responds that it's a bog beastie. They mean no real harm, as they just like to bump into people. She inquires more about why Robotnik wants to roboticize them. Once again with Sleet and Dingo, they report to Robotnik that they have captured 23 recruits, and that they are halfway through the night. Oddly, this pleases Robotnik that they only have 23 so far, and tells them to carry on. He must have had a special brownie at that moment. Just as the two leave the command ship, they hear a familiar noise. Then with a sudden whoosh, exactly, the two are bonked to the ground by the bog beastie, leaving the two wondering what the heck that was. Back once again with the hedgehogs, the old lady gives Sonia a palm reading fortune, where during a battle that the pink hedgehog will most likely find something to help them in their battle against Robotnik and finding her mother. What are Sonic and Manic doing, actually? What are they doing? I don't know. They could, for all I know, they could be having a hot, steamy wrestle in front of the fireplace. You never know. Next morning, the hedgehogs are back at the camper van with Manic finishing work on the engine, and with a screen shake, the van starts up, and they're on the way to, I don't know, find the script on where they're supposed to be going. All the while, Sonia is driving without much sleep that could get her into trouble with the law. Sonic asks what kept her up, where she explains the old lady named Mavi, I keep forgetting how that's pronounced,
Is
said
it
that she
Maeve?
would. Maeve? Is it Maeve?
That's how it's spelled.
Okay, I'll just say Maeve. Maeve said that she would find something with great power to defeating Robotnik. Sonic doesn't believe in fortunes, though Manic questions if he believes in luck as he points to a hill with a large stone structure and a Robotnik transport ship. After parking the camper van out of sight, the hedgehogs observe a boggin dingo luring another person into a tractor beam, turning them into a cardboard cutout and beamed up like he's returning back to his home planet. Sleet and Dingo decide to take a break, giving the hedgehogs an opportunity to try and get up on the transport ship. However, they've walked off screen into two SWAT bots. The one on the left raising its two arm cannons, while the one on the right keeping his arms firmly down, being embarrassed that he was given two left hands. But fortunately for it, they both become normal as Sonic runs up the top of the hill with Manic and Sonia in hand. The two siblings get into a cover position while Sonic plays decoy. Up on the rock ledge, Sonia notices something glowing in a cave opening next to her. Remembering what Maeve said to her, she goes in. Meanwhile, Sonic is distracting the two SWAT bots when he hears, much to his distress, a familiar noise coming towards them. When
Wheesh! Wheesh! Wheesh!
the Bob Beastie bonks into the two SWAT bots, much to Sonic's approval. He pushes the button on the SWAT bot's wrist to power it down, while Manic swoops in on his hoverboard to power down the other one. However, they are now confronted with Sleet and Dingo armed with pistols. Meanwhile, Sonia enters a large room where she finds a glowing pendant on a rock. The moment she picks it up, she sees a vision of a conversation with Robotnik and Sleet, whom somehow managed to capture Sonic and Manic off screen with no explanation, much to Sonia's shock. Sonia, running out of the rock structure, spots Manic's abandoned hoverboard as she just sees Sleet and Boggin Dingo heading off to find more recruits, leaving behind the two SWAT bots after they were powered back up. Sonia, now on Manic's hoverboard, activates her medallion and with her keyboard blaster destroys one of the SWAT bots and flies to the transport ship with the other SWAT bot in pursuit with its feet thrusters. Sonia manages to zip into the tractor beam hole and seal it off just as the SWAT bot bounces off the hatchway awkwardly, which pleases Sonia as we fade into commercials. Sonic Underground will return after these messages. We now return to Sonic Underground. Sonia manages to find her brothers in a suspended animation unit and turns it off, freeing them. Manic takes control of the transporter ship while Sonic powers down the suspended animation units holding the prisoners. Manic makes a skidded landing, but the ship is undamaged, though it will take about an hour before the prisoners wake up. Fortunately, though, because Sonic disabled the locator beacon, Sleet won't be able to find the transporter. Sonic is curious to what Robotnik is thinking right now to this news, in which Sonia uses the pendant to see Robotnik giving Sleet a mouthful before abruptly ending. Sonic questions why she stopped, only to see her right arm has gone transparent. Sonia says she felt her arm tingle and now she can't feel it, with Manic then mentioning that the pendant was the thing Maeve was talking about. Sonic decides they should go and visit the fortune teller lady as they run back to the camper van. Up in the air in Robotnik's command ship, Sleet is desperately looking for the transport ship, hoping to find something. Dingo suggests they could follow the hedgehogs as he points to their camper van driving at high speed. Sleet, happy by this stroke of luck, launches a probe droid to follow them while keeping his distance. The hedgehogs and is starting to disappear.
Oh.
What? Have
You disappeared for a bit.
did I disappear?
You grabbed the pendant.
I grabbed the pendant and then I disappeared. Oh no.
But you're back. I guess I found a second pendant. That was spoiler alert. Anyway, we're at when they meet the old lady again. Sorry for the interruption.
Okay, so which part was this up
What?
to? The hedgehogs arrive back at Mavis's home?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, that part. Sonia has used the pendant and is starting to disappear. She invites the hedgehogs in to explain that Sonia only has one half of the pendant, which has resulted in her starting to disappear from using it. Manic demands Maeve reverse the effects, but she can't, as they need both halves to undo the effects. She apologizes for not telling them the whole truth, as she only wanted to protect her people and land. Maeve suggests Sonia use the pendant one more time to find the location of the second half of the pendant, which she says should be near the location of the first half. Sonia is scared she might disappear much faster if she uses it, though if she doesn't, she'll disappear regardless, as she notices her right leg has gone transparent. With no other choice, Sonia uses the pendant to see the room where she found the first half from, where a silhouette of a fairy opens the secret door before the vision ends, and now a half of Sonia's body is missing. With time running out, Sonic with Manic and Sonia in tow hurry back to the stone structure, all the while having been spied on by the probe droid. The hedgehogs arrive in the room where Sonia found the first half of the pendant, though the effects have accelerated as now only her head and left arm are still visible. Sonic and Manic rush down the stairs, leaving a tearful Sonia behind. The two brothers arrive at the bottom of the stairs into a large room, but find Sleet and Dingo with two SWAT bots have beaten them to the punch. Sleet offers a trade, the pendant for the transport ship. Sonic, realizing time is running out for his sister, he tells them that the transport ship is 70 kilometers north. But as expected, Sleet doesn't keep his word, so Sonic proceeds to run at high speed, spinning one of the SWAT bots while Manic, taking inspiration for the bog beastie, and just hard bumps into the other SWAT bot. All the while, Sonic knocks both Dingo and Sleet into submission. Manic grabs the pendant from Sleet and quickly returns to Sonia, while Sonic mocks Sleet before rushing back upstairs. Manic arrives back upstairs just in time as Sonia has almost faded out of existence. He put the two halves together and then hands it over to Sonia, where in a powerful green light that ended up giving me a migraine last night, no kidding, Sonia is restored back to normal, much to everyone's relief. Just then, another green light appears, being Maeve. Sonia gives her the completed pendant, as in another green light, Maeve reveals her true form as a fairy. A trickster fairy, I assume, thanking the hedgehogs for freeing her to restoring the land and erasing it from the minds of evil. Just then, with Sleet and Dingo, a pinkish purple vortex starts to suck the two into it. I think I must have been very tired when I wrote that. As a pinkish purple vortex starts to suck the two up into it, as Maeve seals the door to the lower chamber, claiming the two are back in Robotropolis. But considering the fact we don't see them in the next episode, which of course is the last one, I can only assume that she actually killed them off by dropping them into either a vat of acid, molten metal, in front of a high-speed train. I'm sure the chat will have their own opinions on what potentially could have killed them or why they're absent from the last episode.
Wait, it was the last
Anyway.
episode they were in?
Yep.
Yes.
Because it does look like a death scene, because it's very dramatic shot and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, in terms of air dating, yeah, that's pretty much the last time we'll be seeing of Sleet and Dingo.
Oh, damn.
And she's yeah, yeah,
How
she claims
dark.
she claims they were sent back to Robotropolis, but I don't think that's quite the case.
Yeah, the visuals look very
Yeah.
differently. They look very dramatic.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I imagine she'd be saying like, "How do you pretend them back to Robotropolis, but not exactly in a sort of alive condition?"
No, what she really did.
Yeah.
No, what really happened was, oh, I am banishing you to the Shadow Realm. No, much better.
Exactly.
What if they
Oh,
ended up in the
almost
Roman universe?
Oh, right.
Possibly.
That's how they got there,
I
sure.
said I sent them to Robotropolis, but I did not say I would put them above ground.
Yeah, I didn't say I would.
Yeah.
I didn't say I teleported back alive.
yeah.
She's
Well,
a
that's
Well, I
That's
better
the
continue
way
though,
to-
otherwise, so then we can
But
start.
it's also the best way to
discussing.
make someone forget.
Yeah, I know. But
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm not gonna forget.
no.
But yeah, sorry about it.
It's just the fact that I wrote it down in the script, so yeah. Maeve apologizes to Sonia that she had no other choice in tricking Sonia. She gives her the pendant, telling her she can use it one more time without danger. Sonia thanks the fairy and says she'll save it for when they need it. So for now, it goes in a cardboard box of stuff that will never get used in another episode. As Maeve is about to send the hedgehogs on their way, Sonic quickly asks for one small favor for their efforts. In Robotropolis, Robotnik is randomly walking outside when he hears a strange noise coming towards him. Then, with a sudden That was too soon, Salah.
Sorry.
Then with a sudden
Whoosh!
Whoosh! Whoosh! Multiple whooshes for him. He gets bonked to the floor where he is shocked at what he sees. It's the bog beastie with a face that resembles Robotnik's. That does make one question of who was Robotnik's mother anyway. With one big-mouthed Fred-style laugh, the bog beastie wheeshes away, bonking Robotnik to the ground one more time as it laughs away at the pure confusion of the Doctor. The end.
Yeah, quite the episode.
Oh, weird.
Tried to make it as funny as possible.
Yeah. The constant wheesh, so great. Now you're just giving Elise too much power now.
He has the power of
Whoosh!
We got I was wondering what the writers were on when they were doing this episode. I can imagine the head writer was like, okay, we need to figure out how to end this episode. And one of the writers just came up from 50 pounds of cocaine up.
Whoosh! Poor Luke.
It's a
You
fight
guys-
between
you
Elise
guys
and
said it.
Salah.
I said it. I'm just following through.
Okay, what was I? Oh yeah, I was going to say that the head writer was like, okay, how are we going to end this episode? And one of the writers came up from like a load of coke up his nose and says, okay, first, this old lady, right, he turns into a fairy, and then he sends Seaton Dingo into a vortex, and then you got the Robotnik, right? He gets accosted by a dinosaur with a box's face on it, who mauls him, and he laughs and he runs away, and that's how we're going to end it. And it's like, great, you're promoted.
The dinosaur monster beast just mauls like Robotnik.
I love how pointless the climax is anyway, because basically the episode could have ended halfway through. Sonia's already in a room, the fairy herself opened the door, and that's where the medal was that they needed to find. So them going back is completely pointless. And yeah, then because of that unnecessary detour, the bad guys show up, and even they are completely pointless because Sonic and Manic just rush through them anyway. So the whole climax is complete nothing.
I think it's just because of how long they just spent just getting there, because they realised, like, crap, we've only got 5 minutes to wrap this whole thing up.
I guess so. Yeah, like Luke said, it's an insane episode. I also didn't get why that bug thing looks like Robotnik. Like, was that its real look, or did it just do that just for the moment? Or it was very confusing.
Hence why I question who was Robotnik's mother.
Maybe that's why Robotnik is so scared, because it's his mom. Mommy, no!
Yeah,
No,
first,
mommy, no.
yeah, first there was Mama Robotnik from Adventures of Sonic, and now there's this thing.
Funny enough, I was expecting something like that to appear in Sonic Prime in the Boss Cage maze.
Oh yeah, same here. I kind of assumed there'd be like a dinosaur-themed Robotnik in the like the Jungle Universe thing, but no, that sadly never happened.
Missed opportunity, yeah. Oh well.
Yep.
That's Sonic Prime for you.
But yeah, crazy episode here, yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the visuals being gone at the beginning. Whoops.
Yeah, poor you, and a good chunk of his intro was in darkness.
It's a kid.
Oh well, I mean, hopefully at least my storytelling was at least, imaginative enough to be transmitted into your minds.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
detailed
hopefully.
enough. How many times do I keep telling synopsis not as long as the episode itself? Darn it.
That was why I was trying to make it funny enough to make it worth it.
That's true. It was funny. So thank you for that.
Well, hey, like for this case, just say it's a episode 75 excuse. Gotta do something special.
There
Yeah,
we
there
go.
we go.
Gotta be
Yeah.
extra long.
Which only makes me dread what's gonna be how long it'll be for like the next time we do the stream.
Yeah, because we've got a
I'll-
three-parter.
So at the end of the episode, when Sonic asked Maeve for a favor, I was totally expecting him to just ask her for a magic chili dog, because he spent like most of this episode eating chili dogs. It's like he realized that the series was almost over and he hadn't met his quota for eating chili dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed out the joke at the beginning. It was kind of funny, where Sonia and Cyrus just kind of sarcastically like, "Oh, I bet Sonic is at the hot dog stand." We immediately cut to him at the hot dog stand. That was kind of
Yeah,
funny.
I mean,
They kind of got a chuckle out of me.
It was just because of the fact, I don't know, I just thought like, I know Roger's going to complain, so I better try and, try and see what I can trim out a bit. Otherwise you'll be complaining like, you and you start being so detailed about everything. I don't want to know exactly what they're saying.
Yep.
Yeah, I did like that little moment because like Cyrus jokes about Sonic at a hot dog stand, and Sonic was like, "No, Manic wouldn't let him stop when he's on a mission," and then it cuts them, and Manic is also eating a chili dog.
Hey, you know the MVP needs his energy.
Yeah. Oh, and he was the MVP this episode. The when like the engine
Yes!
starts breaking down. And like Sonic starts giving him lip over it, and Manic starts going into intense detail about what parts of the engine he checked. Oh, that was gold.
Yeah, I like that detail.
God.
Usually in cartoons that doesn't happen, but yeah. No, I like
Yeah,
that.
now that I think about it, like when it comes to like
then
the
he
van, yeah, when it comes
No,
to
go
like
ahead,
the
Scott.
van. Yeah, when I'm saying like when it comes to the van break it down, I'm kind of like like which one of the hedgehogs is it that usually checks it the most? Because honestly, I kind of feel like it's usually Manic, because I guess he's the mechanic.
Yeah.
And I love it when he finds the chili dog in the manifold. He is ticked.
And for good reason. Sonic was the one complaining at them. Hey, you didn't check it. And then in the end, Sonic was responsible. So, of course he's angry. You're yelling at me? You're the one who ruined everything. Get your
Maybe
hot
he just
dogs.
intentionally just did it. It's like, did you double check before we literally just left?
It's like,
Probably
and
didn't.
also here's the thing: Manic might have checked, and then Sonic slipped it in there after he had checked.
Yeah.
He's fast enough to do it.
That's
so-
true. In fact, maybe he
So it's
overheard
like-
Manic saying, "Oh, it's very hot in here," and then he got the idea. Ooh.
Yeah. Even Manic's expression there is like, you know, Sonic, we got a microwave in the back.
Yeah.
It's like- yeah, but yeah, I would be angry too if if that happened. It's like you double check everything, and then something that was beyond your control, that was done by somebody else, it causes your car to break down. It's like, oh, because they wanted to keep their freaking chili dog warm. It's
Yep.
And also with how Manic's just literally just holding up the bag with it dripping brown stuff.
Oh,
Oh.
Ugh, diarrhea.
oh no.
It was a very interesting
Someone
visual.
decided not
Yes.
to use the toilet.
okay, now we need Robotnik's address.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spit a bag of flaming shit at his front door. Yeah.
Oh no.
Sonic's been to the toilet. We gotta give this Robotnik quick.
Whatever happened to Hip Hedgehog's dirty diapers?
Well, there's a truth.
Oh no.
Oh, that's great.
Oh no.
I mean, hey, Robotnik didn't program it to poop, so, let's give him what he wants.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we gotta give it back to Robotnik.
Oh, so speaking of the van breaking down, I love the scene where Manic gets it fixed, and he just like tells Sonya like, "All right, give it a try," and she just like leans forward, and then it makes this like noise, and then just the quietest hum, and they're like, "Oh, it's working again." I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah. I just thought it was a bit. I thought it was just a little cheap with how like they did the whole like engine start up by literally just shaking like the whole screen up and down. Not like the van, but literally everything, the whole screen up and down. So it's like literally the motor is so powerful that it shakes the entire planet, and yet it's so quiet.
Hey, Manic built it. Of course, it's that powerful.
Yeah.
He's
See,
the master mechanic.
The van doesn't drive; it just pushes the planet around.
You don't drive the van drives you.
Oh my gosh.
Why not? Yeah, what else is to say about this episode?
Right. So yeah, speaking of mechanics, so like they do, Sleet and Dingo do their whole thing, like, oh, we're gonna trick people and by have them chase after this boglin so that we can capture and roboticize them. And of course, Sleet uses the the remote thing to change Dingo. And for some reason, I hadn't thought of this until now, but how exactly does that remote work exactly? Is it just like a one button? Are there many? Does he just like think of what he wants him to change into and just hits it?
We'll never
I mean,
find.
that does seem to be the case. Is Sleet just thinks of something, points the remote, and Dingo turns into it.
Yeah, because from what I can remember, we never really get like a good full view of what the remote is. It's kind of always like an upward angle or so.
We don't know if Dingo's like a shapeshifter or the remote like rearranges his DNA or something.
Yeah, it's never explained why it only happens to Dingo. That's a good point. Guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe
Maybe
already
he's
at the... Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe he's a special creature that shapeshifts.
I guess so, yeah.
Hence why he's so orange.
Although in the next episode, Robotnik also shapeshifts. Although we never see how or why, but maybe that's the one time someone else got changed by the remote. Although it was more because in a virtual world, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't he in a virtual world? So that kind of makes.
But they use the same transition as they use for Dingo. But
Yeah.
that's for next episode.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just randomly thought because like we've often made the joke about like Dingo is orange and you never trust anything that's orange, and I just randomly thought of orange scales. You must be Glide.
Oh my!
So we're not supposed to trust the dragon that we play as.
Yeah,
He's up to something, that's dragon.
Dingo
Yeah.
is Glide.
I don't trust that Glide. He's orange. Now, if he was purple, that's a different story. I trust him.
Yeah.
You look a bit different, Glide.
Why do you sound Australian, Glide?
Yeah. I'm his evil twin brother, Slide.
Maybe that was the secret ending if you beat the full game. Suddenly, Dingo Sleet shows up. Well done, Dingo.
Yeah. Yeah, plot twist. It was Dingo all along.
Dun, dun, dun. But then, who is his partner? Who's the Luke character?
I don't know, Sleet. He got turned into a fairy. Here.
Luke played Sleet all along. Ah, what a twist.
What?
What was that?
I said, what a twist!
Yeah,
What a twist!
What a twist.
Yeah, that meme.
I'm not Shyamalan.
Speaking of Sleet and Dingo, in this episode, like Sleet is surprisingly like patient and kind with Dingo. Like he never yells at him. He never does anything embarrassing with him. Like Dingo even says like, "Oh man, I want to take a break," and Dingo's like, or Sleet's just like, "Yeah, all right, let's take a break."
Yeah.
I guess they knew
There's
this
no
was.
one episode where he's just nice to Dingo for no reason.
I guess they knew it was their last appearance on the show, so it was like, okay, I guess I'll be nice.
Character
Yes,
development.
of course, I better be nice to Dingo.
Yeah. At the very beginning of the episode, you got like Dingo crashing into Sleet from behind, and if you pause it, there's a bit where it's like, "No, don't come in here." But Bob's like, I'll come back later. Then shut up.
Yes,
And he's not even-
you better come back later.
And it's not even helping that when they fall over, you hear like some kind of moan.
Oh boy, yeah, he's really being nice to Dingo in this episode.
And also when he goes like, "Let's take a break," they go like behind a wall or something.
Get your mind out of the gutter, sir.
And then insert the sexy music.
No.
Sleet and Dingo
Oh, no.
OTP.
Yeah, there's a lot of Slingo going on here.
Dingo.
I'll ship it. Yeah.
Wait, yeah, it's their last episode together. Let's get laid.
I suppose we gotta make the most of it, Dingo.
I don't want to die a
Yeah, there
virgin.
it is.
Oh no.
And there, of course, is Elise's not so approving face.
Ah, yes.
Mm,
The new Elise is not amused face. Yeah.
mm.
Like,
Elise is really not amused.
At least is not amused and also robbed Sonya of her medallion.
Oh yeah, she does.
She's gonna shoot keyboards at us.
it's mine now.
Okay, now I'm just lost.
Don't
you
worry,
feel
I'll
like
explain it later in the next episode.
Yeah. Later.
Got a little foreshadowing.
But yeah, the Boglin, or at least what they think is supposed to be a Boglin. It's like this weird looking hobbit dude.
I guess it's supposed to be the
I wonder
Irish.
if that's supposed to be like an allusion to leprechauns.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
I mean, I
Because
was
they-
almost
I'm
close to
giving
say.
it like a lot of like Irish folklore
Mm,
inspiration
yeah.
in this episode.
Yeah, because I was close to mentioning like a boggin's kind of like a leprechaun, except less Irish.
Yeah.
Well, the
you
fairy
just
did
have to
sound
catch
Irish.
it.
Sorry, Sala, go ahead.
And you just have to catch it. You don't have to like follow a rainbow or anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, for leprechauns, you do have to catch them, to get your wishes. But
Yeah, or just go after their lucky charms. They're magically
yeah,
delicious.
isn't it though? That instead it's like you find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's not the leprechaun itself. You just have to catch the leprechaun. Yeah, I'll have to look up.
Unless it's the evil Warwick Davis version.
Oh yeah, the evil one from those horror films.
So, what do you guys think of Sonya kicking Manic in the behind during the song? That
Oh
was
yeah, during the
shocking.
music video.
Oh,
That was a shocking moment.
Yeah, she's just having a bad day where she's fed up with Manic being the MVP. So
Yeah.
like, screw it, yeah, get out, bitch. This is my solo.
Even though it technically was Manic.
It was
solo.
his, even though it was
Yeah.
technically his, but he takes it like a champ.
She's trying
I
to
think-
steal the solo
Yeah.
part.
She's just that annoyed with how good Manic's singing voice is that she just has to try and get rid of him quickly. So it's like, yeah, well, getting back to me. Sort of moment. All the while Cyrus is just like staring at what the hell's going on here.
I do kind of like the idea of a musical going on and other characters walking, having no idea what's going on. Oh, okay. I just wait till the song is over, I guess. But yeah, the song really didn't fit in this episode at all. It was like really forced. Like, oh, we're practicing for a
Yeah.
song that's never relevant.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they do like briefly mention like, oh, we gotta practice for like the Liberty Parade thingy, but like that's it. That's the only time they bring it up.
It has nothing to do with the rest of the
Yeah.
episode. No.
Yeah.
But even the first time, the song's theme even has nothing to do with the episode because it's more like a patriotic song for America,
Yeah.
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I
Feel
guess-
American enough from that song, guys.
It's funny because like last time there was the song "The Sound of Freedom" and Roger was like, "Oh, how American is this song, guys?" I'm like, "Oh, this ain't nothing."
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so
Okay,
odd
I
because
checked to see when it came out, to see like, oh, did this come out sometime around July?
I just looked it up.
July
and,
4th, for Independence Day, but no, I think it came out in May.
Yeah,
The
like
original air date was in May, and then the U.S. air date was in October.
Yeah, so it's so bizarre.
It's kind of like how in cartoons you get like a Christmas special, even though it's not December.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Middle of
remember that.
August.
Oh man, I remember that happened with My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. They did this one Christmas special. Oh, best gift ever! And they decided like, oh, let's have the smart idea by having it air on like freaking Halloween. Like, what the hell?
A spooky Halloween. Like Nightmare
Yeah.
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Damn, all these companies ain't even waiting for Halloween to be over.
Yeah, I mean, like, by now, they're already getting them out in, like, freaking July. Yeesh. Eh. But yeah, I guess with the random patriotic song, like, I guess with the show being, like, near its end, I kind of feel like the songwriters just kind of ran out of ideas. Like, okay, fuck it, let's just do an Independence Day theme.
Yeah.
I
Just
guess
makes you feel very patriotic listening to it. Salute.
Yeah, and we'll have like Sonya dressed up in like a fancy like rich person outfit. We'll have Sonic dressed up as like one of the founding fathers, and Manic will be a wounded soldier
Because he's carrying the team.
because
Yeah,
he's carrying the
He's
ball.
always carrying the team.
Not literally, though.
Alright.
Because Sonic's usually the one that's carrying them.
All running
Somehow.
around, yes.
Yeah.
So speaking of Sonya's legs, I found it funny that like one of the first things they test when like her arm disappears is like Manic like moves his arm through it to like prove that it's non-tangible. He's like, oh wow, I can't even feel your arm. But yet when she loses her legs, she's still able to walk. So that
That's
was
it.
convenient.
Good point, yeah.
Yeah, that is weird.
Well, it'd been a bit awkward if she was just suddenly just on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, I can't feel anything.
It would be funny if in the final scene it's just her head rolling on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I
Don't
was-
lose your head.
I
Rolling
did
down
thought
the
they were going to go. Sorry,
Oh,
I thought
Yeah.
they were going for like a Back to the Future reference, like parts of her started fading away.
All right.
I was generally going to include sort of a Back to the Future reference of where Doc Brown was watching this show and he's like, "Great Scott, Money, she's vanishing without even going back through time. How is he going to do this?"
Prepare us to kiss.
Yeah, I guess, I suppose Queen Alina making whoopee with the alchemist really fucked up Sonya. Now she's disappearing.
Also, did the medallion to see what's going on with Robotnik ever really was it ever important or useful?
Nope.
Because
Nope,
No.
it's a one and done deal.
Yeah.
no, I mean
That's
in this
more-
episode, because he looks at the thing to see that Sonic and Manic were captured, but the only reason they were captured is because he was going after the medallion. So if she didn't have the medallion, that didn't happen to begin with. And the other time they happen to look at it, they just see Robotnik yelling, complaining, which is not relevant either.
Yeah.
So the
Well, I think
medallion
just
never
showing
really
the power
matters.
of the medallion. Or pendant, really.
Yeah,
Of pendant, yeah.
And then after they complete it, it's like, oh, you can keep it. Like, oh, we'll save the future, blah, blah, blah. Which, spoilers, never happens.
Yeah. So it just gets
We'll
thrown in the
save
cardboard
this for a
box.
special moment.
Yeah, I'll save this for a special moment. Series gets cancelled. Well, fuck.
We'll save it for the Archie special issue for ourselves. Cancelled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that cancelled epilogue.
Yeah.
And who knows if Lost Hedgehog Tales is ever gonna come out. Yeah.
Oh well.
I
So-
feel like this.
Hey,
Uh,
Stella?
Hello. Yes.
So, I was going to say something, but you can go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say that like I feel like this episode could have benefited from a longer runtime, because the whole stakes with like Sonya disappearing just kind of comes out of nowhere and then gets solved really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not
Yeah.
really
Like,
climax.
stakes never really had time to like set in.
Nope. Luke, your thoughts?
To say, I was expecting like an actual bargain to actually appear at the end of the episode, but he doesn't, unless it's the Robotnik dinosaur thing.
That's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
point, yeah. You never
Yeah.
It's never relevant, no. It's just to give Dingo something to do, I guess.
And being praised by Sleet
Yeah.
Shockingly enough.
before they die.
Yeah. A moment of silence for the deceased of Sleet and Dingo. Well, except for
Moment
John
over.
Gray, who's.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Meanwhile, John Gray's just having a party. He's like, "Yay, they're gone!"
Oh.
Does he hate him that much?
Yeah, he really hated them that much because I think I mentioned that in the previous streams. Like, yeah, there was like a bit of fan art that he did where like when he drew Dingo, he didn't bother drawing the head. He just put a paper bag on his head.
How petty.
Yeah.
Say that I
You're a
love,
professional, darn it. Go ahead.
I will say though, I do love the moment when Sonic and Manic face off against Sleet, to get the medallion back. Because then they feel like they do feel like the big brothers protecting their little sister, and it's
Yeah.
extremely wholesome. And that's the first time where Sonic doesn't crack any jokes until like after they get the medallion back.
Yeah, he's pretty
Whereas, like,
intense at the end. That's good.
Yeah, he's serious, you know, at that point, you know, and he's like, I'll give you one last chance, you know, that's my sister you're messing with, and it's like, you mess with my sister, you get hurt, you know, and
Yeah.
I absolutely love that, and I really love how it shows how close these three have become as siblings, and it's really wholesome. I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love it, and I love where it's like when push comes to shove, Sonic can become, you know, serious. You know,
Yeah,
where
they really do sell that. They give his weight, so that's nice.
yeah, it's like where he's not joking around anymore, or you know, he's not cracking jokes. You know, he's like, my sister's existence is on the line. I got to do something, and anyone who stands in my way, you know, you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
So,
And of course, how fitting that the final battle with Dingo's Sleet is over 5 seconds.
yeah.
Since you're gonna get knocked
And then
over.
of course
that's it.
Manic, and then Manic being the MVP, he snatches the medallion from Sleet.
Of
So
course, he's the thief.
Yeah, exactly.
and then
He's the one that saved Sonya. Yeah.
yeah, he was the one who saved Sonya, but I do love how like Sonic's conviction to save his sister in that moment was it's like just done so well.
Yeah, the relationship is done very well in the next episode too. So good
Yeah.
stuff. Very wholesome.
This is something I do like about Sonic Underground is that these three really do feel like siblings. So
Yeah.
Getting a lot of good stuff for that. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Of course, we have this nice picture of the three siblings staring slack-jawed, so it could also be fun for memes, I suppose.
Probably. Well, I guess I only like the gal that like shows up in her fairy form. I guess it's supposed to be her true form. It's like, yeah, you know, I actually like that design. It's very nice.
Well, it,
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it is common in a lot of fairy folklore where it's like they have, you know, like they have like their elderly form and then they have their youthful form.
Yeah. They like disguise themselves like old lady or something. Like, oh,
Yeah, well, they're
here.
shapeshifters. You know, a lot
Yeah,
of them are
shapeshifters.
shapeshifters, so.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, they disguise themselves like, oh, here's this magical MacGuffin, blah blah blah. Then they do the thing, and then they show up in their true form, like, oh, I'm actually a fairy and stuff. Yeah.
I
I'm
suddenly,
actually a beautiful fairy.
I suddenly remembered a bit where Sonic and Manic got captured, and Sonic goes to rescue them, and when Sonic is like chewing her out, he suddenly got really fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess all those chili dogs really, really put some pounds on him.
Fat and big bone.
I'm just very fluffy. Meh.
Yeah, How are you doing, Roger?
I'm not fat, I'm just very rounded. Well, nicely rounded.
Yeah, nicely rounded.
Whilst Melty is getting buff.
To impress
Yeah,
everyone.
that was random.
I was trying to do a fun
Yeah.
aim and I have to go to Fat Sonic again. Where's Fat? Oh, here he is.
But like when I used to watch this show as a kid, and I was like, why do they make Sonic so fat?
Yeah.
Especially having Manic looking like he's very stoned.
Yeah.
It's like,
Whoa,
man,
dude.
chill. Even though he kind of resembles a weed.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, better lay off the weed there, Manic.
Well, just because of the color and of course the style of hair he's got on.
Yeah.
Can you blame
No.
us for the comparison?
Yeah. Before there was silver weed jokes, there was Manic.
Poor Manic gets no respect.
Elise is not amused.
What if
Again.
What if Manic is silver? He's just smoked so much weed that his fur turned
Oh, I've got like glowing hands, man.
Maybe that's because they legalized weed in the future, like re-legalized it.
Oh yeah.
Gosh darn it!
Like you can get it from the local shops now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God darn it.
Yeah. Now in gummy bear flavored.
No,
I see what you're going for now, Roger.
yeah.
Elise is not amused.
If only I was that buff in real life and not a skinny.
I'm sure all of us wish that's such a thing. Except for Luke, who actually is
Behold
like
my
this.
ultimate muscleless hedgehog.
Ultimate muscle.
Yeah, I am the keeper of all archery sonic knowledge. Bow to me.
I think that should happen at some point. You know, just literally just the head of Melty on like a super buff body as he's like, bow down to me, I am the keeper of all Archie sonic knowledge.
Yeah, and give me some fancy robes. Yeah. Hey, there's an idea for the future. Ha ha.
Oh well, silliness. Are we ready for the next episode? Because we have to hurry up a bit for Elise.
Oh yeah, that silly one, that silly picture of like how Sonia's drawn as she looks up at Maeve the fairy, just like.
Oh, I just
nozzle.
noticed that. That's one big eyeball. Yeah.
It's like she's like, whoa, you become a pretty fairy.
It's almost like she's turning into a cyclops there.
Yeah.
How small her muzzle is.
Yeah, there was a similar shot where like Sonya looks really shocked. I think it was after she got the medallion, and her head looks really massive.
Yes.
And then she became a bobblehead. Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be a perspective shot, but yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm at least glad she doesn't have such a pronounced neck anymore. Always looks kind of weird on Sonic character. Even though I
Yeah,
did that.
Yeah, for some reason, like Sonic characters with necks always look weird. Like drawn in that kind of official design or the standard look. Yeah.
Fair enough. If we go for a more stylized look, you can get away with it. But yeah, I did that too in my old video, so I shouldn't be saying anything.
Oh yeah.
And of course, giving the hedgehog characters clothing.
Yes. Especially in Sonic Movie Madness. Yeah.
I sure did. Oh well, made sense to me at the time.
But now it doesn't.
I guess so.
Well, it was the style at the time.
So
Yeah.
yeah, go at you.
No, I was just gonna quickly just mention about like, it's kind of funny like how the artist ended up accidentally drawing the swap bots wrong in that one shot of where the left one had like 2 arm cannons and the right one had 2 left hands instead.
Yeah,
I was like, how did they miss that?
looks like something I would have done. Yeah. Oh well. I guess it was just recycling something.
Yeah.
I know the
But also just got to show off the picture you've done of Ewan's pick, because rather than basically giving my character like a terrifyingly humongous smile, you just seem like, oh yes, this is what I thought about this shot. Yes.
Yeah, Ewan has special taste. Yeah. Only the finest of screenshots. Yeah.
Indeed.
Exactly. It is worth my time to get out paint and then copy the screenshot.
Oh well, I had to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Who knows? When Elise has a screenshot, I might have to come up with something new again.
A humongous grin. And of course, big bulging eyes that stare into your souls like, look at this! Isn't it amazing?
It's my favorite look, yeah. Like he would look. Oh wow.
Oh dear.
Now we scared it off. Excellent. Saves me a lot of work.
No,
So-
I'm still here.
Alrighty. Good thing. Shall we move on to the next and apparently the final episode of Sonic Underground? Even though we still have 3 more to talk about after this.
Yes,
Yeah.
because as a reminder, we decided to save the Chaos Emeralds
three-parter.
trilogy for last because it fits better as a finale,
Because
Yeah.
now it's just
But-
kind
and it fits better there chronologically anyway.
fair enough. Even though the next episode does still kind of feel like a finale in a sarcastic kind of way.
Yeah.
But yes, let's go to the next one. I think you guys don't have access to the preview, so unfortunately you can't watch it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I know, Sylvia sent like a short clip, but I don't know if it's like that's the whole thing or if there's more to it.
Yeah, there was more to it, so guess you'll find
yeah,
out
we don't
next
have
time.
the full clip.
Alas, you get the 10-second delay. Oh well. Well, here it is.
I love how it ends there.
It's pretty much just sums it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's prevent a black screen problem again.
Oh, yeah, that got me.
Yeah, it was silly. Anyway, Melty, you are responsible for the synopsis this time.
Yep. And I'll try not to drag on like Ewan did.
Poor Ewan. He tried so
All
hard.
right, so yeah. All right, so virtual danger. So right, it starts off with like, oh, Sonic and Manic are playing this like virtual headset video game. Oh, I'm sure that won't catch on in the future. But anyway, they're fighting off this weird monster dude who's like, oh, I'll get you this time, hedgehogs. Yeah. So they're like fighting, and then Sonya like pulls the plug on the console with a really pissed off look on her face. Because basically she's like, oh, I called you 15 minutes ago. I called you 5 minutes to go. And now it's time to go. So it's like, oh, okay, let's go on with our mission thing or whatever we're doing. And then suddenly Queen Alina's like, oh, right, I got to do the narrative thing. The blah, 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 my children, blah, blah, blah. Okay, where's my paycheck? Right, so they go over to their headquarters to meet up good old Cyrus. Who's they're planning to do another like cargo thing like they did in a previous episode, so it's an interesting callback. So apparently they're really stripped on pilots because apparently they can't rely on just Sonya doing it. So Sonic and Manic are volunteering. It's like, you sure? Like, oh, don't worry, we'll get this. So they go with the whole virtual headset thingy, which apparently now has 2 seats and not 1 seat. So, yeah, they're in the virtual thing. They're trying out, test piloting. And, yeah, this time they actually do pretty good. And, of course, it's all thanks to their experience with video gaming. Yeah, much to Cyrus's annoyance, dismay. But, hey, pilots is pilots. So they head off with the mission where they control, like, the cargo ships to get them out of Robotropolis. Which, yeah, then Robotnik's like, what's wrong with my cargo? Why aren't they responding? They see, like, Sonic's piloting on them, and he's all like, oh, hi, Mom. It's like, blast that hedgehog out of the sky. So, right, so a lot of flying, a lot of explosions. So it basically ends where Sonic rushes back to Robotropolis and manages to, manages to ram the thing into Robotnik, who's, like, ah! But then, like, it suddenly stops, like, oh. And, yeah, again, interesting wide variety of expressions to that crash. But yeah, he does this whole, I hate that hedgehog. So, right, they managed to, screw around with Robotnik, handle with the cargo ship. So, yeah, another job well done. So, Cyrus like, all right, go rest our heroes. So yeah, Sonya's off to get a manicure or, pamper herself. Sonic goes off to get a chili dog, and Manic decides to take a nap because, them MVPs need their energy. So, but then Sonic quickly comes back like, oh, come on, man, let's have some video game fun. So, yeah, they're playing it. Then, oh, suddenly Sonya shows up. I was like, oh, this game is so easy. And then they're like, okay, ship's suddenly gone. It's like, okay, music video time. So they play the music. Then weird, ugly ass, whatever his name is, shows up. It's like, I got you now this time, hedgehogs. Yeah. And then Manic suddenly wakes up. It's like, oh, it's just a dream, dude. It's like, yeah, why envision it in a dream when we can actually play it? Yeah. So they actually play the thing. And then the guy, which I guess is a player that they occasionally play in this game, he shows up. It's like, oh, hey, you guys, I just bought some new download systems. I made them myself. I'm going to send you the codes here. So you're like, oh, cool mods. So, like, okay, so they just push this button, and a voice that sounds suspiciously like a well, oh yeah, the voice that sounds like a SWAT bot. Yeah, totally not suspicious at all. So they download the code, like, all right, we got like new power-ups and then like a new level. Ooh, that's cool. But then, oh, suddenly plot twist. It turns out this random dude was actually Robotnik the whole time. And this was all a trap that the coding was sending Sonic and Manic into the game, where he declares, once you die in the game, you'll be dead forever. Ha ha ha. And then, then Robotnik can finally get his ice cream then. So Sonya finds out, like, oh no, they've been teleported in there. So he gets Cyrus's help. So apparently the plan is that they have to trick Robotnik into, like, getting himself, like, literally in the game or something. Or at least, like, get them to, like, a safe point where they can teleport out of there. So, right, Sonya gets in there, they do a lot of fighting and explosions, they go to the main hard drive system thingy where Robotnik, like, attacks them. And then, Cyrus finds the power source, what Robotnik's been doing, and cuts the power. And Hedgehogs manage to escape, and Robotnik apparently doesn't stay in the game. He just gets really pissed off. He's like, oh, next time, Hedgehogs, man.
He's actually happy, strangely enough.
Yeah,
He's like,
very
"Yeah."
happy Robotnik, yeah.
Happy, angry. Yeah.
Yeah, and then before that, it's like, all right, we've taken care of all the cargo ships, so now what do we do with them? Oh, we'll give them back to him. So they use the same headsets to pilot the things to, ram right into Robotropolis, which, again, Robotnik shows off his wide variety of expressions before they all crash into Robotropolis. To which, Sonic and the team like, yeah, game over, Robotnik. And, that's it. That's how the show ends.
Slate and Dingo were killed off last time, and a Robotnik, apparently.
Yeah, like, then again, you still hear him yelling out, like, Hedgehog! After the explosion, but, like, even back then, I always interpreted that as, like, they actually did kill off Robotnik, so that whole Council of Four spiel was, like, complete bullshit.
Completely useless.
Yeah.
No, they just had to take out Robotnik before they could be reunited with their mother and then form the Council of Four. So we can just assume that's what happened right after.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is that, one day they'll form the Council of Four, and when that happens, then they can finally defeat Robotnik. But here it's suddenly the other way around. So I guess the Oracle is like, oh, right, sorry about that. I was just fucking with you, Hedgehogs. Yeah.
The Council of Four is only to arrange the funeral of Robotnik. There you go.
Yeah.
Imagine like a leader turning up and saying, "Congratulations, you killed a man."
Yeah, and they just have Robotnik's head, like, mounted on a...
Oh no!
Mounted like
no.
a
Oh,
animal
no,
trophy.
no, no.
Along
it's
with
mounted on...
Dingo.
Oh yeah, next to Sleep Dingo. With the three most wackiest expressions ever. Truly a work of art.
Oh, this got dark.
But Oracle, you said we needed to reunite as the Council of Four to take down Robotnik. I was just making shit up. Why do you think I tipped off Robotnik?
That's so true. I was bored, I just wanted to say some fancy words.
I was high on smoking some weed at the time. I was about to say random bullshit.
Which is why he was green.
Yeah, and that's why he was doing that weird, stupid dance from, like, the first episode.
Yeah, they should know. They should know better to take the advice from a homeless bum.
But Ewan, can you now explain why Elise is so upset? Should be upset.
Well, if it's just because of that, when I was watching the video, I kind of noticed there was a bit of a small spike in the most watched segment of the timeline. I was wondering, why is that there? And then when I checked, it was like, oh, because there's a lot of pervs having a look at the low-angled shot of Sonya as she walks over to her brothers. It's like, very naughty of you boys. And that's why she looks so...
I'm sorry, I
moody.
love that icon.
Yeah, like even without that scene, that is still, like, a really pissed off Sonya. Like, damn, you really don't want to mess with her.
Yeah.
Especially when holding the cable. Like, spinning, it's like, oh, I'm gonna do some nasty things with you with this.
Oh boy. Yeah, oh, I forgot my whip. I'll just improvise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed in this episode, there's a lot of moments where the Hedgehogs and Robotnik all look a little off-model while
Yes.
in motion.
Yeah.
and it's kind of cool but very off-putting.
I did notice though
Yeah.
that the animation seems to be really smooth in this episode.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
They must realise it was the last episode, and it's like, let's just go all out at this point.
Yeah.
I even caught a smear frame of Manic just go. Whoop.
Do I have it?
Well, if not, it should still be in the
Yeah, and the Discord
live
chat.
stream
Yeah.
planning.
Yeah, but under Manic turns into Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, I didn't have that one.
The true MVP.
But yeah, that such a happy-looking robotic that he finally gets his ice cream.
Yeah. I've waited 40 episodes and now I can finally have strong.
One bit that I found really amusing was the part where Sonic was like crashing his ship into the Citadel. You hear like a voice going, "No!" I thought that was at first it's supposed to be robotic, but I thought that was Sonic.
What?
Sonic, your voice got deep.
He finally hit puberty. Yeah.
And Manic's leg is clipping through his hand.
It is.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
In the smear.
Very impressive that they managed to do model clipping without models.
Yeah.
So silly.
Yeah, there's lots of wholesome shots as well, like Sonic and Manic being so proud of themselves, being good at video games. Even Sonya
Oh,
surprisingly.
yeah,
nice
that's
about
like
it.
that's freaking cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
It reminds
Speaking,
me of my own sisters and I when we would play video games together. So
When you successfully beat the game, and you're like, "Yay, we did it!"
yeah. And when I
And
say
literally-
games, it would be I was watching them play video games. I was too
Oh.
young until we got like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and then my second eldest sister, and I, we would play those together all the time.
That's nice. Yeah, always
Yeah.
fun to do with siblings, yeah.
Yeah. Fun sibling activity. Yeah.
but so speaking of them playing the video games and like being proud of themselves, it's funny that like Sonya is the one that like dragged them to this meeting with Cyrus, like against their will when they're playing a video game. She drags them there. Immediately upon getting there, she just fucking wanders off for no reason. Just as Cyrus is like, guys, I need a good pilot right now.
That is a very good point, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very smart.
Maybe she
Sonya.
wanted to use the toilet.
Yeah, she went to the bathroom and missed the whole thing.
Whoops.
The toilets in the secret
Really
base are
got
much
your
nicer than the
volleyball
one in our
after the
hideout.
first 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, she like tries to like find the toilet, but keeps like running into all of Cyrus's clothes.
Yeah.
Say though, I actually do really like Cyrus in these last 2 episodes because he actually does stuff with the hedgehogs, and he actually ends up saving them in this episode.
And he has much more face expressions finally. He doesn't look evil all the time.
Yeah, he
Although he
does.
still has one evil
Yeah.
shot, that's kind of weird.
Oh yeah. But yeah, at least yeah, Cyrus can finally end the show being like, "Yay, I finally get to be useful."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who gets them out. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cyrus in the "Mwahaha, I was evil all along" mode.
Yeah, such a random shot. All of a sudden, there's a close up of him just grinning like evilly. Like, okay. Well, we got a
Yeah.
final plot twist
Maybe-
in the final episode. What is it, Melty?
Yeah, yeah, maybe that's the plot twist. Like, oh, he says like, oh, we're gonna trap Robotnik in the game, but no, he's gonna trap like all of them in the game. Like, there, now it's Cyrus Underground show, baby, haha. And then the show got canceled.
And it's like, damn it.
Now it's my show. Ratings are in. You're canceled. Damn.
Oh no!
Poor Cyrus.
Oh, well. At least the
I
show
do
ended
like
in.
Cyrus, though. I think
Yeah.
I think he's cool.
No, at least the show ended in a somewhat reasonable enough way, as opposed to it being left on a
Cliffhanger.
sort of cliffhanger like with Saturday Sonic was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because yeah, Sonic TV shows have kind of always had a curse of always like ending on cliffhangers or so. It's like this one's like, yeah, you know, it could say, yeah, they really did kill Robotnik with that final shot. Yeah. And they're just searching for their mother now. Perhaps they're still looking to this day.
But they find their mother almost every episode. She just stays away because Veronica's still there.
Yeah.
But now she has no excuse anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's too ashamed because she abandoned them.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they hit.
No, it's, she's like, ah, shit, now I don't have an excuse. Now I have to pay child support.
Could you have to fight last a couple years later so you're finally official adults? Darn it, you're still teens. No.
Yeah, it's like, oh, damn it, I was still on holiday. Running Bodnik, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There was a bit where, in the virtual world, where Sonic gets fried and turned into a skeleton, but he just didn't react to it. He just runs off. So, no, I've been fried. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Like, he immediately walks off again, yeah.
Just shrugs it off like nothing happened.
And for those who want to see...
Funny,
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
it's especially funny because that happens like almost immediately after Robotnik like reveals like, if I kill you here, you'll be dead forever.
And then he's immediately electrified, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like, oh, that was just a warm-up. Yeah.
But yeah, we get to see Sonic's feet again in bone form. So, for those interested, there you go.
Well, hey, actually, at least they designed it to have like 3 toes. So yeah, I approve because that's always my preferred look. Just a nice middle ground.
You also get to see Sonia's bare arms, and in one shot you get to see her fingernails.
I guess so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, she takes off her glove after she came home for the first time. But the fingernails, I don't remember. But,
Yeah, she took her glove off, and if you look very closely, you can see her nails.
Okay.
Huh.
All right. I should look that up then for those interested, I suppose.
I also like how the song in this episode only happens in Manic's dream.
Yeah. Yeah, you can really tell they're running out of ideas. Like, oh crap, where do you put the song? I'll put it in the dream sequence, but isn't it supposed to be real? Fuck it, you put it in the dream sequence.
I think the reason is, I guess the reason is because if it happened in the real episode, that Sonia couldn't have been there. So it's need an excuse that Sonia is in the video game without actually being in the video game, I suppose.
Maybe.
So that that was a more unique way of fitting the song in.
Yeah.
I want to know where the shot of Sonia tripping balls came from.
Yeah, that's a good point. They had an obsession with it in a music video. It showed up all the time. It was kind of funny. But it never showed up in the episode.
Well, I think with that particular shot, I think that was actually a scene that did happen in the episode where like Sonya's surprise, like, oh, Sonic and Manigards sucked into the game. Oh no! But it's just like a regular shot. You don't see like the weird hypno eyes. It's only in the music video.
Yeah, but that shot kept returning in the music video. They used it multiple times. It was kind of weird.
Maybe they're too proud of it just to get rid of it, so they just flung it in the music video. It's like, so it's not lost forever.
I guess so.
Yeah, she said, Sonya was getting a manicure, but we all know she was, getting the good stuff of them magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
No, you misunderstood. She wasn't getting a manicure. She was getting a manic cure. As if she got into her brother's stash.
Oh no.
And the fact, like, the colours all represent themselves.
I do kind of like the flying drum in the music video. It looks kind of wacky, but like the
Yeah.
Anyway, here's Sonia's fingernails for those curious.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. It's just one of those shots you really gotta like slow it down to get a good look.
That would really accompany the shot at the end with Robotnik making the really goofy face and his eyes have got.
Just seeing those.
A lot of
just seeing those
techno-colored
fingernails, like,
eyes in this episode.
Yeah, they love that.
Yeah, it's crazy looking there. Yeah, and even after that, it's like Robotnik's like no, and then we see him is smiling for some reason. He's like, oh boy, I get to die.
His life is flashing before his eyes.
Yeah.
I don't have to be in this dumb show anymore.
I'm free.
It's very fitting for this incarnation for Bonnick, anyway. It's a perfect.
I'm gonna die, but take some coke.
Yeah, it's like, yay! I no longer get to be voiced by Grounder.
Maybe he's just putting that expression because he accidentally bit his tongue. Like,
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
there's still a
Oh,
funny shot beforehand where it's just like, duh. So I'm just wondering, like, why exactly like that expression does he have on his face? Like, huh?
Nah, he's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah.
I guess he just turned to Daffy Duck at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna die? No, okay.
I'm gonna die. Okay, but what?
Oh, I can win.
I'm looking forward to dying today.
Indeed, it's a shame it doesn't end with that shot of Sonic looking psychopathic with fire in his eyes.
Yeah. I don't want to set the world
My-
on fire.
This reminds me of that Judge Dredd movie where he sets people on fire. See that intense
Yeah.
look in his favorite of fire reflecting in his eyes.
Yeah. When I killed you, Robotnik, I looked just like this.
Ah,
Yeah,
darkness.
I did write down something because I did watch the episode like a very long time ago, but obviously my memory of it has obviously been wrong about it, so it's almost like a Mandela type effect, I suppose. But they mentioned about sucking Robotnik into the game, and I assume that would be the case, as I recalled watching this episode where it ended with Robotnik apparently stuck in the game and hitting the screen angrily before it fades to black. But that didn't happen, so I'm just like, God, like, did I actually make it that wrong again or something?
Deleted scene? I don't know. But yeah, they did set it up, but it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You think it would end something like that, but no. But, you know, in some ways, that is like another way. It's like, yo, Robotnik trapped in his own technology in this program that they'll just delete later. Yeah.
Thematically fitting, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny they like set up this whole like sucking Robotnik into the game thing and it just never went anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
And speaking of thematically fitting, how fitting is it that the final episode of Sonic is about the virtues of playing video games? Gives you skills.
Sorry.
What was
Sorry,
that?
what did you say?
Yeah, you
This
were
episode
cutting
is-
out there.
It's fitting that this final episode of Sonic is about the virtues of playing video games.
You keep
Sonic...
cutting out.
Yeah, cutting out.
Telling you out every time you're about to say it.
Say it
Guys,
slow.
he's just trying to say that this episode is about.
How dramatic.
I mean, you're obviously saying it in the live stream, but for us, though, you just keep cutting out.
Yeah.
Literally right the
We'll
most
never
important part that we need to know about.
I guess Discord doesn't like what I'm about to say then. I was saying that it's fitting for the Sonic the Hedgehog show to end on an episode that's about the virtues of playing video games.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
It almost happened
Ah,
again.
Yeah.
Well, he just managed to make it in this time. Yeah.
Yeah. Only just.
Doesn't want you, YouTube doesn't want you to hear that because it makes its revenue from video game streamers.
Oh no, Roger himself's now getting sucked into the game.
Much to the glee of Robotnik.
Hell yeah.
Oh goody, a new playmate.
Yeah, it's so freaking happy there.
I did like though. This episode has like 5 characters in it, and they all play video games.
Oh jeez.
Sorry.
So remember, these video games are bad for you.
No, they're good. Just saved the day and even ended the show. Robotnik is dead now. It's a video game.
I'm okay, really.
Drink
Wait,
some
get
water.
some water. Yeah, get some water.
Get some water down.
Oh
I'm
jeez.
okay, I promise.
Jeez.
At least keep it away from the mic,
What are you
please.
doing?
Drink some water.
Your promises mean
Yeah,
nothing.
it's just yeah.
It's all spiraling downhill just because Elise is coughing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, drink some
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
yeah, drink some water. Yeah.
I'm okay, really.
Yeah. There was one bit I found a little funny was when Cyrus was basically looking for the transmitter on the damaged Citadel Robotnik building, and then he's like, "Yes," and he excitedly puts his binoculars down, and Sony just immediately put back up another pair. So it's like he put one pair down and he just pick up another one, so he looks like, "Yes, there it is." I'm just like, how many binoculars do you have?
Yeah. It's like, oh boy, wait, better double check. It's like, oh okay, wait, better double check again.
Unless
Yeah.
like unless they're two different ones that read, you know, like different things. Like one of them reads heat signatures, or the other is like X-ray vision. Or
Maybe.
Yeah.
Although granted, they
Like,
both seem to be the same though.
Yeah.
Like he literally bought a double pair just in case. Like, I need to double check with this extra pair. Yes, there it is.
No, maybe it's just like the same. It's just like one that viewing it. It's like, oh, there it is. Like, oh wait, I forgot to turn it on. Yeah, and then turns it again.
But it just seems like he just got like 2 pairs of binoculars on him. Just how that was animated.
Ah, maybe that was a Cyrus clone there.
Sure, why not?
I'm okay, really.
I also want to point out just how terrifying, what's his name, Destructo, the other guy is, because he looks like a demon from Doom or something, but yeah, he
Yeah.
has a very normal sounding voice.
Yeah, a very Christopher Walken sounding voice. Yeah.
Hey, Hedgehog, I made a new software for you to download. Here, try it out. I'm definitely not suspicious.
Hey, but since it's Robotnik in disguise, is Robotnik doing that voice? Can he do imitations?
Yeah,
Be funny.
yeah,
if he did.
well, I guess in the episode, sure, but yeah, in terms of voicing, no, that's definitely not Robotnik's voice actor.
Yeah, no, that's not Gary Fort, but Gary Chalk. Sorry,
Yeah.
I keep
I was
getting them
like, who
mixed
was-
up.
Yeah,
Elise, are you still
Gary's voice is
alive?
The voice of the heavy from
Yes.
TF2.
she is.
Still alive.
Yep, he's still alive.
All right, good. Sorry, Sala.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it's just a funny development in this episode that Robotnik is secretly not only a gamer but a game developer.
He's the true face of Sega. Mwahaha.
Well, being as an evil scientist, he probably has to write up software for his robots and everything.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's funny that not only did he make a game, he made a game that was so good that Sonic and Manic were obsessed with it. So he like actually put in the work. He's just like, guys, I've got to study game design.
And as
Well,
reward
you know-
for his hard work, Sonic and Manic kill him by the skills that he gave them.
Yeah.
How ironic.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe I really should have gone back and get my teaching degree.
His final thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Roger, that's a very good point because he made a game that made Sonic and Manic better at flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once again, Robotnik's shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah.
Well, that's underground Robotnik for you.
He is actually the developer of all those flight simulator games.
Yeah.
The Afterburner series of Sonic. Yeah. Of Sega.
Yeah, all those video games and and of course with this whole scamming method, yeah, he's pretty much those assholes on Discord. It's like, oh, I accidentally flagged your reported your Steam account. You gotta check out this totally not suspicious link to clarify. Yeah, those assholes. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Oh well. And yeah, Rhino makes a good point. Why didn't he ever make his hired morons go through the simulator? Then Sleet and Dingo would actually have useful skills. Instead, he only trades Sonic and Manic.
Well, let you know, Roger, they died in the last.
Well, but in the best, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. Irony,
Yeah.
shall we say?
Yeah.
Video game saving the day.
It's also funny like how they do downloads. Just press a button and you get
Yeah.
a voice.
It's an all-in-one button that does everything.
Also,
You know,
I
like
love how
Sleeks.
the video game console, when it's downloading, it has the exact same voice as the SWAT bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downloading.
Yeah, totally not suspicious at all.
It's kind of funny to hear the SWAT bot say that stuff anyway.
Oh yeah, especially
Imagine-
downloading.
Imagine like Sonic and Manic go to like play a new video game and they like get their console and they plug it in, and it just goes priority 1 hedgehogs.
Gotta start smacking them with the controller.
Yeah,
I did find it
attack you
funny.
with-
Sorry, I was just saying, like, I did find it funny when, like, Sonic and Manic got, like, the upgrade from, quote-unquote, Destructo, and what did they do with it? They merely shoot him, and he's like, well, that's not very nice. Just doing what every other kid would do when they get given great power. Kill the person that gave them that power.
Yeah.
So there you go. Sonic and Manic are just as toxic as Exo Gamers.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But yeah, that SWAT bot voice. It's like, oh, totally not suspicious. And it's like, yeah, now I can just imagine they're like a Burger King and they like hear that voice.
Welcome to Burger King. What order do you like?
Will you be using your app today? Yeah.
Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, I'll have fries with my fries.
Classic Sonic Boom gag. Yeah.
Would you like the toy?
Gag.
What toy is it?
Robotnik.
It's Parody and Friends.
Also,
Order
the ice
up,
cream machine is
Order
broken.
number priority 1.
Yeah. Yeah, order number priority 1 for Sonic and priority 2 for like Sonya.
Priority 0 for Manic. He has to be first. He has to get it before he even ordered.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a weird final episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
one other thing, and this was the comment I posted, is that it shows Manic is kind of cute when he's asleep.
Yeah.
Because he takes a nap, he's actually kind of cute.
Yeah.
Sure is.
The
Lot of
moment
fun.
he's at peace.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Well, being the MVP, it takes a lot
Yeah.
out of you, so.
Yeah.
Just a shame Sonic had to wake him up.
Yeah. You bastard.
Yeah. Gleaming for
Let the
Lisa's
poor
like,
man
"Curse
sleep."
you, Sonic!
Yeah, let the poor man sleep. He's already doing like split shifts.
It's like he's carrying the team, man. So.
At first, I thought it was kind of sad that he went to sleep and like 2 seconds later already woken up by Sonic. Of course, later it's revealed it was a dream sequence, but at that moment I was like, oh, poor guy, can't even get a break. But yeah, cute, adorable little Manic sleeping. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shame if he had to wake up again.
Yeah.
No, this is not the this is the proper way of how to wake him up.
Whee! With
Exactly.
speed.
We must stop and wheesh!
Yeah, Percy, you must go. Whee!
You're killing Elise again.
I'm okay, really.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, because sounds like you haven't quite recovered from your cold time.
I am feeling much better than I was last time. I can at least talk without feeling like my throat's being stabbed. I just still have a bit of gunged up.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Oh well, that's the summer for you when all that's hay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Drummer.
humidity and.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's definitely a wacky episode to end the series on.
Mhm.
Uh,
At least we know the
least
virtues
it's
of playing.
Sonic
video games.
committing terrorism.
Well, he did that in every episode, so.
yeah. Well, it's good for the freedom fighters,
And like they say, what's the freedom fighter from one part of the war is terrorist for the other side. It's the same thing,
Yeah.
just depending on what perspective you're on. But hey, Robotnik deserved it, I suppose.
At least
Hopefully-
Robotnik pulled the best face he could before he died.
Yeah.
Remember me!
He went out in style.
I have to say, it is a
2000s cartoon.
it is a perfect face expression for this Robotnik to end on. Yes. But yeah, we're not quite done with Underground yet. We have still 3 episodes to go for next time. Also, I gotta admit, I was kind of surprised there was even continuity in this episode. They kind of followed up on a plot from before. That's rare in this show.
Yeah, I think it was from Who Do You Come Out Wherever You Are?
Yeah.
Which was the one where Sonya had to go to the debutante ball and be a society girl.
Yeah.
It's only for the first half of the episode. After that, it's just its own thing again. So, yeah, kind of nice surprise. So the show does have continuity occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, shall we go to the music competition? Or do we have...
I
Okie-dokie.
suppose we should.
Yeah, Mobius Idol time.
Moby's Idol. There we go! Starting with Dependent, Lady Liberty. The most irrelevant song an episode has
In
had
live
yet.
stream.
But still, is the song itself nice? That's the big question. Are you folks ready?
Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right.
But as one would ever be.
Then time for a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Lady Liberty salutes the green and blue. Liberty's working hard for me and you. She always does her part, she's a Mobian at heart. Lady Liberty's working hard for me and you. Manic!
When Liberty jumps Robotnik out of town, it's gonna be a thunderous sound.
Oh, first she'll make him pay, then she'll send him on his way. When Liberty jumps Robotnik out of town.
Sonic!
Liberty's gonna rock again someday. Liberty's gonna let the music play. Every song she will allow, be it soft or be it loud. Liberty's gonna rock again someday. Lady Liberty's gonna rock again someday. Liberty rocks.
Liberty rocks indeed. So yeah, I stand corrected. This is the most American song we had so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most patriotic.
Indeed. So I guess the Americans have to go first. Sala, is this American enough for you?
Yes, I rate the song 1776 out of 5.
You would have to draw a new guy for that because I don't think we
Yeah.
have.
But no, the song's pretty good. I like it. It's very patriotic. It's kind of simple, but they all get their own solo, which means Manic gets to sing, which means it's an automatic 5 out of 5.
Oh, well, there we go.
Okay, so a 5 out of 5.
Oh, actually, I do have a note. I really like about the song is that when each of them are doing their solo, their instrument is the most prominent one in the background, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
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 Gotta love those details. Elise, what do you think?
I'd also give it a 5. I was gonna give it a 4, but then after hearing it again, I'm like, you know what? This is very patriotic. Feels very American, and it's like, Lady Liberty. So yeah. And also, I like how it's not too repetitive. Each of the hedgehogs get their own solo moment, and I love how when they introduce the other, for Sonya, she introduces Manic, and then Manic introduces Sonic, and as Sala pointed out, whenever it's the hedgehog having their solo, their instrument is the most predominant.
No penalty for
Yeah.
Sonya kicking Manic?
Nah, because Manic's solo made up for that.
All right, Melty, do you find it American enough for you?
For its time, yes. But yeah, it's kind of interesting with this song. It's like, yeah, it's a very patriotic song. I do like the each hedgehog gets to have their own vocals. So like, yay, more singing Manic, and of course, singing Sonya, which I always find better than the speaking Sonya. And then, of course, all the shots of Cyrus just like, the fuck is going on here? So, yeah, I think originally I was going to give it a 3, but I'll be nice and bump it up to a 4.
Alrighty then. Luke, what do you think?
Well, I don't know what to make of this song. There's nothing to do with me being British. No. I just couldn't get into it. Manic Star is good, but it just sounds a bit too goofy for my liking. It's like something out of a children's show about the American War, and American Revolution, and that. I wasn't really feeling it, so I might have to give it a 2. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Alrighty, Ewan, what do you think? As a
I
proto-American.
did actually. Unlike Luke, I did enjoy this one a bit more, but I don't think it's there for 5 for me. But so I'll give it 4 Lady Liberties out of 5. So 4 out of 5.
Alrighty. Yeah, I kind of liked it myself. Like Luke said, it has a bit of a goofy undertone, but it kind of amuses me, so that's only positive. I like the fact it has different instruments, gives a nice variety from the other songs. I think I'll give it a 4. And of course, hearing all the singers having a solo is always good. So there you go. It's a decent score, I think.
Yeah, surprisingly a lot of positives with this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Luke.
24 points.
Yeah. This song is just too American for him.
It's too goofy.
But yeah, that comes up to 24 points.
A whole song for Lady Liberty who never made an appearance in the show itself.
Yeah.
What a lazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised you think like Robotnik would have done like his own Labor Liberty when taking over. It's just plaster his mug on it.
Yeah.
Or just put a mustache on it. It's like there.
For all the globetrotting we're doing, I never went to a New York equivalent. No. Oh well. Too contemporary, I guess. Right, Virtual Danger, Don't Let Your Guard Down, the 80s song. Everyone ready for this one?
The 8.
The 8?
You always seem to keep cutting off every time you're about to say something important to us.
The 80s
Like
song.
Discord knows.
Yeah, I guess so. Can you hear me again?
Yes.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, Virtual Danger, Don't Let Your Guard Down, the 80s song. Counting down. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Don't let your guard down. Keep your shield up. You've gotta be ready. Don't let your guard down. When the going gets tough, keep your heart steady. You never know when danger will strike. Might be tomorrow, might be tonight. Learn to trust your instinct and nothing else. The world can be cold, the world can be tough. Sometimes love is not enough. Sometimes you gotta stand up for yourself. Don't let your guard down. Keep your shield up. You've gotta be ready. Don't let your guard down. And when the going gets tough, keep your heart steady. Don't let your guard down. Keep your shield up. Keep your shield up. Don't let your guard down. Keep your shield up. Keep your shield up. Don't let your guard down. You gotta be ready.
Hooray!
And now the whole thing is filled up with.
Yeah, Sonya on crack, yeah.
Oh no.
It did like that just slowly filled up as the song went on.
Yeah.
Just making fun of how often a shot was reused in the actual music video. But right. So, who's first? Luke, what do you think of the 80s song?
Who?
Yeah, who?
Luke? Did I
Cut
cut out
when
again?
you said- Yes, literally just as you said, like, okay, so, what do you give the score? You literally just cut out your day.
Whoever they cut me out has a dramatic flair for the dramatic, at least. That's nice.
Uh,
Luke,
Was it?
your
Yes.
thoughts.
Yes, I do like this song. I like the 80s synth. I would give this a 4. So, yes, a 4. I like how it's about not letting your guard down, which could refer to, like, you know, when piloting the ship. But it's funny, really, it's about not letting your guard down, but Sonic and Manic get, like, duped by Robotnik.
Indeed.
Irony.
Yeah.
Oh well, should have learned their own lesson. Sala, your thoughts?
Okay, so I was originally gonna give the song a 3 just because I remembered not liking the song when I first watched this as a kid, but like listening to it now, I think it's actually pretty good. Like it's catchy, the lyrics are nice. I was like lip syncing along while we were listening, so I think it's a surprisingly good song. So I'll give it a 4 as well.
Alrighty, not bad. All right, Elise, your thoughts?
I'm gonna give it a 4 as well.
All right.
Maybe it's a little bit repetitive, but I do like the instrumentals, and I like the lyrics as a whole, and it does have a very nice beat to it, and it as I said, I like the instrumentals. It's very smooth and very they're very video game-esque. You know, it fits with the style.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Melty, your thoughts?
Let's see. Yeah, this is an interesting song. Them. Even though it does take place in a dream, it's like, it's still, it is kind of, it's a nice song because them flying around and like minus the Sun Young crack visuals. Like if you actually look at them like flying around on those hoverboards, like the choreography is surprisingly good. Like they're keeping it together with all the instruments they have on, especially for Manic, especially when they do that like triangle form and they're spinning around. It's like, oh wow, that's really good. And I also really like the slide vocals that they had, like, don't let your guard down. I found that really impressive. So, yeah. I don't know. I might be a bit too generous with the rankings for these songs, but for this particular one, fuck it. I'm giving it a 5.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That's quite a high score. Ewan, your thoughts?
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this one as well. I mean, as well as just obviously hearing some moments of where Sonic's like, getting like very good sort of like pitches just right, which is like pretty good. So, I mean, is it worthy of a 5? Is it worth a 5? I don't know yet. So give me a second. All the while Roger's mucking about with all the numbers.
No,
Oh, do you know what? I'll just give it I'll just give it 5 like coked up Sonias out of 5 because let's be brutally honest though. Because in the end, this is a song that Manic dreamt up. So he's got some decent taste in music.
Yeah.
Writing skills.
And apparently, he dreams about his sister being high.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, 5 out of 5.
Sibling rivalry.
Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Sorry.
That's all right. Take care of yourself. Yeah, I'll give it a 4, I think. I like the 80s song, although it's kind of weird it's 80s since it's very late 90s technology with all the virtual reality, more than the 90s they had an obsession with. But yeah, it was nice. You kind of wish it had a better melody to it, but it's okay.
So that's 26.
It is indeed 26.
So 26 points. It joins it with Let's Do It To It and The Sound of Freedom.
There we go.
While Lady Liberty joins Face Your Fear, Society Girl, and Never Give Up the Fight.
Well, hey, at least it didn't join up with being a kid at school. Yeah. I'll get what some people say. I think that song is shit.
Yes, it is. It's dog shit.
My,
Literal
oh
dog
my,
shit.
oh my, jeez.
Yeesh.
I liked it, I think.
Yeah, I also liked it.
You gave it a 2, Roger.
No, did I? Then I didn't like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
As I said at the time, it is everything that Teach the Children Like the Way should have been, which ended up being funny because it ended up being the lowest rated song, which is what I think Teach the Children Like the Way should be.
Good times.
You don't always get what you want.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's why you gotta work hard.
That monkey paw curled.
Indeed. Anyway, Elise, I guess you'll be leaving now?
Yeah, I gotta sign out, and also probably for my own health because.
Yes.
We are
Yeah.
killing you.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I'm
Yeah.
trying,
Slowly
but
dying.
Get
Yeah.
some cough medicine while you're at it.
Yeah.
good idea.
Drink some lemon tea or whatever. Yeah.
I've only just
Yeah.
recovered from a cold myself. I don't want your virtual germs infecting me.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been dealing with coworkers that have been getting sick. Like, I've been filling in for our audio guy who's been out for like a month. So yeah, I don't want to join too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, well, I better sign off because I gotta get going.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was fun.
I'm grateful
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
here to help us.
Yeah.
Thanks for being
I'll-
here.
Yeah, thanks. I'll see you guys next time. See you guys later.
See you next time.
Very well.
Yeah.
Bye. Alright, now that she's gone. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's like, man, I thought I was bad when I had that coughing fit from like years ago on the stream.
No, it's just,
Indeed.
yeah.
Not one of my best moments.
It's never fun having coughs. I've had my
Yeah,
bad times.
Kind of. I was genuinely getting worried for her.
Yeah, it's not like she was dying. It's like, oh, jeez.
Maybe we should have stopped making all these innuendo jokes.
No, that would have made her less likely to laugh, though.
Yeah.
That made her upset.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we should have been doing more innuendo jokes.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, like more of at least not amused be damned. It's like whatever stops her from coughing her head off.
Oh well. So, Sonic Boom. Everybody's Supersonic
Sonic Boom.
Racing. So, first they do the Sonic Boom song and now Sonic R music. I guess they really love their Sonic songs. Though it should be.
Everybody supersonic racing.
But of course, with Ian Flynn involved, we shouldn't be surprised with all the music references, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, so I guess we talk about the first issue. That's actually the 6th, but it's actually like the first, but it's actually the 6th, which is apparently the joke from the cover. So funny. Yeah. I guess it's my turn to do a synopsis for this one.
And hopefully your audio can stay intact this time.
Yeah, do tell me when I drop out again.
Well, I mean, it's fine for. I mean,
as long as the audience can still hear him, everything's fine.
yeah, I mean, the audience
alright.
can still hear it on the live stream. It's just us that's struggling because Discord is like, let us cut out just as he's about to say something very, very important.
Well, we're talking about
Like
Sonic
it
Boom
knows.
now. That's the least importance I can possibly talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Discord should be perfectly clear now.
But as we all know, when something goes wrong, blame it on Sleet and Dingo.
There
Yep.
you go. Even though they're dead
I'm
now, so they
used
can't
to
do anything.
Jingo.
Yeah, but they're dead now, so
Yeah, they're dead now.
But they're doing it beyond the grave, the bastards.
Yeah, beyond the grave. They're haunting us, oh no.
Haunting me, anyway. Alright, so everybody, Supersonic Racing Part 1. We start with Boom Sonic for the first time in his life actually having to deal with an enemy that's fast and he immediately fails at it. Which, of course, surprises nobody. There's the leopard, big cat coming after him. But Sonic and friends... A cheetah, right, that's the one I couldn't figure out. Thanks, Melty Man. So he's about to devour Sonic when his friends suddenly show up, and they do absolutely nothing because the cheetah already defeats itself, because there was actually a secret message from Robotnik all along, Dun Dun Dun, who's challenging them for a race. Everyone is excited about it, except for Styx, who of course knows it's a trap, and Eggman is gonna have all kinds of booby traps, and his cart is gonna turn into a mecha dragon and all that. But everyone's like, whatever, it's Boom Robotnik, he's not doing anything scary anyway. So, it's the day of the race, everyone's ready to go. They're in carts. Shockingly, there's no jokes about Sonic racing in a car. But of course, it's Boom Sonic, so he's lazy, so it makes sense for him. Anyway, Orbot a Cubot, a mysterious driver, and of course Comedy Chimp, the only civilian villagers of the Sonic Boom world, is joining them. And of course Sonic and friends. So off they go, vroom, driving past the fastidious beaver, who's immediately curve rooms out of existence, or at least spinning around. However, the race is immediately going bad for Amy, who has to screech for a bunch of ducklings crossing the road. So, of course, she has to be nice and let them cross, except they're evil duckling robots anyway, and they immediately attack her, devouring and killing her off-screen. Poor Amy. Meanwhile, Tills has to desperately dodge Orbit and Cubot, who are trying to attack him, but they're so busy fighting that they just explode themselves. I love it. It's great to see Orbit and Cubot actually in a combat scenario. And, of course, they only manage to hurt themselves. Tills is giving a lecture about the importance of being intelligent, and he, of course, finishes that lecture off by merely falling off a cliff. But hey, he was just being careless, not stupid, so there you go. Meanwhile, Comedy Chimp has this angel and devil showing up on his shoulder who says, hey, crash, because it's funny, I guess, so he immediately explodes. And Eggman is all proud of himself of winning so far, even though Amy is pretty much the only one who actually required any help from him. Anyway, it's revealed that the mysterious driver was part of Robotnik's army, and he's immediately sent after Sonic, but he's already distracted by Knuckles, who immediately is upset about it that he's ignoring him. So Knuckles starts punching him, and it's revealed, oh, it was a bomb, and Knuckles immediately explodes. So Robotnik is all happy about it, and now he only has to defeat Sonic, but that's the biggest challenge. How can he possibly win? But then it's revealed the bridge was actually Robotnik's evil bridge anyway. And Sonic immediately falls off a cliff too. The end.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, that's how the series ends.
Yep, that was the
wish.
final issue.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sonic's about to hit the teaser text. Could have been funny if the teaser text was kind of like a trampoline hitting him back up. I was kind of surprised. Surprised they didn't go for that four-ball joke.
Oh yeah, and of course we can't forget about the off panel. Yeah.
The off panel, yes. Knuckles and Sonic are fighting. Knuckles punches Sonic off a cliff because this is just the episode where everyone falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
Good, I love that. So yeah, excellent art. Amusing, I guess. Not super funny, but yeah, good art. Anyone else has any thoughts about this one?
I do like.
Yeah, Luke, go ahead.
I was gonna say I do like how it's sort of like an adaptation, their own version of like Sonic Racing on the Game Gear.
Kinda, yeah. Sonic Drift Racing,
Oh yeah,
sure.
Sonic Drift. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sonic Drift.
Or Team Sonic Racing, or yeah, well, all the card games Sonic had.
One of the many Sonic racing games. Yeah.
Indeed. Maybe they hope for a Sonic Boom kart racing game. And I'm sure we're all sad it never happened because we all wanted to play as Comedy Chimp. We missed out on that.
Yeah.
I mean, granted though, the closest thing we got to like Sonic go-karting is with the Sonic Roboblast 2 mod.
Oh, that one
allows you
too,
to
yeah. Yeah, and
basically-
Sonic Drift Racing too, so plenty of kart racing around. And hey, this comic did predict that if he could play as Comedy Chimp, he would also immediately jump off a cliff.
Well, I mean, I think there actually are some some Sonic games mobile games that are like very obscure Japan exclusive that shows Sonic driving in a go-kart. Like Sonic.
He did in Drift Racing,
I know
right?
there's a handful of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking up. I could swear it wasn't a. I know it's a car in Sonic Drift Racing. Jeez, I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's like an actual car.
It
So.
was always a cool car. Call me surprised. But yeah, there you go. And of course, in the later Sumo games, he's in a big car as well. So he never was in a kart. I'm surprised. Except indeed the Sonic Roboblast 2 kart. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the obscure ones, like trying to find one, and at least one could. And so, come on, stupid wikis now, cooperating with me. Anyway, so one thing I like to note about the comic is that yeah, it's definitely doing that thing what the second episode did, where like Styx is like the most intelligent one of the group. It's like, oh, it's clearly a Robotnik trap, da da da. But yeah, at least she kind of has a cute moment where she's like searching around for like, oh, that weird dragon thingy, and then she looks up like, oh, a bird.
That's nice, yeah. And I'm sure Sonic always knows it's a trap. He just doesn't care. Although with Sonic Boom, you never know. Maybe he is kind of that stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a bit of a chuckle with like comedy chimp, like noticing Tails falling down, the chasm and such, and he's like, maybe I should pull over, but then the Buzz Bomber projects like his shoulder devil and like angel devil, and they're just convincing him just to crash just for a spectacular show. It's like, you gotta crash. But what does the other guy say? I'm right here. Just crash it. And then comedy chip's like, all right, this one's for you, mob. Just randomly.
Yeah, that actually kind of reminded me of a bit from Two Stupid Dogs, where it was kind of the same deal. Where, well, I think there was like a bit where it's like, oh, the small one and the big one are walking. They see this like reward money bounty thing for like the big dog, and the small dog's like devil side's like, oh, turn him in. You know you need the money. And then the angel side is like, yes, turn him in. You need that money.
I was like,
And that's why it's called Two Stupid Dogs.
Indeed. I have to say, Comedy Chip looks pretty badass when he's committing suicide. So there's something.
But yeah, I did manage to find an example of the obscure mobile phone racing Sonic games of like, oh yeah, Sonic actually was in a kart one time. So yeah.
Right.
Sonic Kart 3DX. It's kind of funny why that never got released on the 3DS.
It looks like a fan game.
Oh yeah, it kind of does. But no, it's definitely official.
And of
Yes.
course,
Only
Green
released
Hills are in the
Japan.
background. What else?
Yeah, I just realised with the angel and the devil on Comedy Chip's shoulder, they're not in his head, but actually they were generated by a passing Buzz Bomber.
Yeah, I did not
Yep.
notice that. So screw bad for me. But yeah, cool detail. I guess now the joke
I
makes a lot
wanted-
more sense.
Yeah.
One
I'm just
detail
kind of
I liked.
You
Oh,
first.
Okay, one detail I liked is when like Styx is doing her spiel about like it's being a trap, and she says that the carts are going to be equipped with bioscanning who's and what's it's, and then that's just like a normal Stickism, but later it's revealed that Eggman actually calls it a bioscanning who's and what's it trademark.
It's a fun
Yeah.
detail, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I always love it when Styx is accidentally correct.
Yeah.
Or was an accident. Dun, dun, dun.
Now if only Six was like that the whole time. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, kind of wondering though if like the actual go-karts were based on the Sonic Kart 3DX, because I'm just looking at them side by side and there's some mild similarities, but then again most go-karts are usually similar to each other. But I'm just wondering if it's like actually coincidental or something.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably coincidental because I think that's like the most basic design for like go-kart racing that you see like at arcades or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have to do our sound effect thing. What's our favorite sound effect? Kerhonk? Kerhonk, kerhonk.
I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of Kerbippity Boop Bop.
Oh yeah, I like that one too. Yeah.
That's also a very good one. Yeah.
Maybe the sound effect when Q-Bot's airbag deployed, like.
Yeah, kafoomf.
And
now that I
kerslap,
think about
kerslap,
it,
kerslap.
I actually kind of like kerhonk, kerhonk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not no, it's got to be ker yeah.
I'm surprised they're keeping it up so long. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
didn't you say it was they stopped doing that after 3 issues? Because I think they do it until the end.
I think it
They,
was.
they did stop for a bit, and then suddenly, I guess they're just like going all in on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Or just
Like,
the fact
well,
it was, or the fact it was just done by like a different writer, and the writer forgot to write down splat, bonk, poo.
Yeah, because like the previous story was written by Bill Freiberger that didn't really do the whole curse onomatopoeia thing. So I think that's more of an
Oh.
Ian Flynn thing.
Yeah, because Ian Flynn's more used to writing comics, whereas Bill is used to writing cartoons.
I'm not concerned about
So
continuity because this show he never knew what episode was going to be finished first too. I think he said
well,
that.
Yeah.
and because it's not usually his job to write sound effects.
That's true too. But also, off panel also doesn't have a Kerwalk, so it's not just Freiberger's. Oh wait, Bill Freiberger did write this one. Never mind.
Yep, he wrote that, so
Yep,
you can
see,
tell
there
that
we
it
go.
was not. Yep, you can tell if it was Bill Freiberger. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as Bill Freiberger writes something, the sound effects are wrong. I guess he didn't care for that joke.
I guess so.
Oh well. Anything else about part 1? Then let's move on to part 2. Yeah, Melty, do you have something?
Alright.
So, well, I guess the only thing I could comment is like, oh yeah, the mysterious bomber character, where they just recycle a Orbot's model and just give him a fez and goofy glasses. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's a thing now. Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
like how when Eggman is looking at the scanned biodatas, and you got like images of like Sonic and his friends, and all have like goofy faces, especially Tails.
Tails of Sonic look awesome, yeah.
Oh yeah, and Amy's like this real pissed off look. It's like, oh yeah, even Eggman knows Karen in the Sonic Boom universe.
That is a great detail, yes. I kind of feel sorry for the cheetah, because he looks so dead in the final panel. Poor thing. But okay, Sala, you wanted to say something?
Oh yeah. The only other thing I wanted to mention is when like Amy asks if he's sure about if Sonic's sure about joining this race, and Sonic's just like, "You mean go karting with my arch nemesis? Not really. How many heroes do that?" It's just
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
yeah, all of them.
Yeah, that meta humor. Yeah.
And obviously, Crash Bandicoot did it best because Crash Team Racing is the best kart racer.
Yeah. Well, correction. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is the best kart racer. Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Because it took the best one and made it better. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's all it did, though.
Yeah.
And added
Really went all
Panda!
ham. Yeah, Yaja Panda. Yeah, it really went all ham on character selection. Yeah. Yeah, Crash characters throughout the ages. I love it.
Fair enough. Right, part 2, which I did not prepare very well, I see. Whoops. Who doing
Well,
the
that's okay.
synopsis?
Sala's not fully prepared either.
And yet somehow I am.
Yeah, you want to take over? Oh boy, we're gonna fight.
If I guess so. Like, well, if Sala doesn't mind.
I did want to do this one.
You wanna
Okay,
do
you
it?
can go ahead.
Yeah,
Dan.
I just kind of picked this one at random for when I wanted to cover something, but then when I read it, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I picked this one.
Good.
First off, there's this page at the beginning where it shows Sticks playing with a couple of toy cars, including Sonic's car from Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. So
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Oh, did I prepare that one?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'll try to get it. Go
So
on.
anyway, yeah, the issue starts with it picks up where the last one left off with Sonic falling off a cliff. He sees his name card that like describes what he's currently doing, and he tries to grab onto it, but it won't support his weight. And so just as he's about to hit the ground, Tails catches the go-kart, and Knuckles and Amy are at the bottom with their inner beams ready to soften his fall. Sonic asks how they got there so quickly. Knuckles says, well, are you kidding? We had a whole month to get here because it took a month for this issue to come out.
Ah, yeah. Ha ha.
Well, Amy is not amused. Amy is doing her best Roger impression right here.
Can we please stop breaking the fourth wall?
The one few times Boom Amy is actually funny and sometimes
Yeah.
relatable.
So Knuckles and Amy decide that now is a good time to go kick Eggman's ass, but Sonic says, hey, I've still got my go-kart. I could still win this thing legitimately. Wouldn't that be hilarious? And so Knuckles is just like, oh, I got this. Yoink and yeet. He just throws
Correction,
Sonic
it's
back
a
up on...
whoosh.
Yeah. Sorry. So he throws Sonic up onto the cliff, and Sonic goes back to driving. And, yeah, so Eggman is, thinking he's got this one, so he's just taking it casually until he sees Sonic catching up to him. And he, starts using all of the traps he has left, which is a surprising amount of them. Sorry. And then we get a whole bunch of fun Kerr sound effects, including Kerbuzz, Kervroom, Kerrumble, Kerscree, and Kerdiscouraged.
And Kurhey!
Exactly.
Yeah, we can't forget Kerhai!
Yeah.
Sonic ends up passing Eggman easily, and just as he gets ahead, Eggman transforms his go-kart into a spider bot. And
Yeah.
the Styx is nearby with a checklist. She was right about everything except what the go-kart would transform into, but she decides 2 out of 3 ain't bad. As Sonic fights the robot while racing. Sorry. Yeah, he's dodging all the arms and stuff, and Styx runs onto the track, and Sonic is just about to cross the finish line when Eggman stomps in front of him, but it's too late. The heroes have arrived in I guess that's the tornado, the boom version of the tornado, and yeah, and they all start beating the shit out of the spider bot. And Sonic crosses the finish line to a Kerwin and a Kuryay.
Indeed.
And yeah, so Eggman makes a very vague threat towards Sonic, saying he'd like to see him try, and then immediately takes it back when he gets attacked by Styx.
Yep.
Sorry. Styx starts attacking him, but those are vocalizations and not onomatopoeia, so they don't have curs in front of them. But it does include growl, hiss, and badger noises. Amy and Knuckles show up and start destroying the spider bot, leaving Eggman with only one wheel left, and he flees. But not before Styx gets sent into the woods, which she thought was very funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, they celebrate having won the day, and how the real treasure was the friendship they made along the way, which Fastidious Beaver comment is very corny. But in fact, he was actually, I was really commenting on my race day snack. It really is quite delicious. And yeah, it is at this point that Amy starts wondering where Styx went off to, and it cuts to her in the jungle next to a portal, and someone comes out of the portal, which I can only assume is the Archie Andrews. And yeah, the end.
Yeah, the ending is the teaser for the whole Worlds Unite crossover, which the Sonic Boom comics are part of. But we're not doing that because Worlds Unite's a whole other can of worms to get into.
No, you're wrong, Melty Man. Sala was right. It is Archie, and he says that the show is cancelled, the comic. That's why Styx looks so upset.
Yeah, well, I didn't know who that actually is, but still, like the actual Archie character, that would be pretty funny. It's
I
going
would
all
assume it's
adventures.
I would assume it's Ryu.
No, it's well, Ryu's in the crossover, but no, that's not him.
It's Mega Man and Zero, if you want to know. But yeah, we're not going to talk about
Yeah,
that.
it's the characters from Mega Man X. Yeah, yeah, X-Zero, and I think Axel's all there. Yeah.
But yeah, since that will require us to read about a bunch of other comic books, we're kind of skipping that.
Yeah.
But for now,
Maybe one day, but not right now.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, any more comments about Sonic versus the Spider Bot?
Well, I do love the massive panel of Sonic and Eggman just racing, and they're trying to get each other, trying to get one up over each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Especially with Sonic drifting through the corner. Really gives
Yeah.
that Mario Kart feel, yeah.
Yeah, so Sonic's always the master of drifting.
Indeed.
It's
And
funny seeing how Sonic's just like, ooh, when like the kerfwump rap happens, it's just like he's just looking up like going, ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Ooh, something shiny.
Eggman's just discouraged, like discouraged.
I always feel sorry for him if I look at him like that.
But at least he gets a co-whoosh with Sonic going, hey.
Yeah.
There you go.
And if it was Fat Albert, it'd be hey.
And then it'd be a splat for Sonic.
Oh no.
Oh.
I love some of the
Oh,
traps, like the chainsaw palm tree. What is it, Salas, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm concerned about like Sonic's face at the boxing glove coming out of the ground.
That looks
What is that expression he's making?
constipation.
Constipation. I think it's supposed to represent like him being knocked out by the glove or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's
Or
a
just a
surprise that the gloving box
breaking.
also has sports tape around it, like it's
Yeah.
actual knuckles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I
think
think
he's
that's it. He's trying to slow down from being hit from hitting.
Yeah,
the glove. Like,
'cause
oh
I think
shit.
that's what usually what most people end up doing when they have to break suddenly. It's like
Yeah.
clenching, like that's gonna help slow the car down more.
Yeah. Eh.
I know because I've done that before.
Yeah, I'm guilty myself.
But yeah, poor Eggman looking discouraged or her discouraged, just like. "Urgh."
Yeah. Meh.
Also with his legs up there like a child.
Yeah.
Like, I'm too small to
Yeah.
start.
Especially the next one when he just like flies over Sonic.
Yeah. Wee.
He's immediately happy
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Boom. We're about to go.
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah, and I love how intense Styx is about her predicting stuff.
Yeah, you seem somewhat competent here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I still kind of love her like not amused face there. Yeah. Kerr not amused. Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that the comic barely uses the Boom villagers. I mean, the Fastidious Beaver and the Comedy Chimp showed up here, but I mean, Storm the Eagle never showed up. The snack bar guy never showed up. Dave.
But it was still early days for the comic.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
So he never showed up. Oh.
I don't think so.
Yeah, none of the other villains showed up either. Like, I don't know, ringleader guy and tree guy and the dumb guy and the robot. Yeah, I don't know. I can't be bothered to remember their names because I hate them all. I hate all the Sonic Boom villagers. Except Zoe, she's cool.
Well, it has been 10 years at this point since the series first aired,
I guess so.
Yep.
Yeah.
so we're bound to forget their names.
Yeah.
I remember
I
Dave.
did, I did completely forget to mention the panel where Sonic is just going ham on the egg spider bot, and the sound effect is just her noises.
The noise.
I think one of my favourite panels was where Knuckles asked Sonic, "Oh, can we kick his butt?" And then Sonic goes, "Yes, we can kick his butt." And then Knuckles like punches his fist, go, "Yee!"
He's so happy.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
Yee. Now maybe he's just doing the yee meme. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
We'd be
Yee.
surprised with Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, with how this comic loves its memes and all.
I have to say, it kind of catches me off guard until suddenly he has this different color because he's suddenly so depressed. Almost like he's a recolor for a moment. So he turned into a Sonic Boom villager for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. He's lost all relevancy. Yeah.
Yeah. Tails basic. Tails is so depressed he loses his color, thus becomes the villager.
Yeah.
Miserable villager.
A reason to
Yeah.
be depressed indeed.
I guess all those episodes of his friends insulting his inventions, even when they go right, it just really got to him.
And now they remember that the characters have these electro beams. They barely show up in this series.
Oh yeah, so I guess I was wrong that before I thought like back then like oh they only show up in one issue. No, okay, they only show up in 2 issues. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah.
Maybe
only in there just for the sake of marketing the toys and
Yeah.
Knowing Ian Flynn, he probably genuinely wants to make references to all the details.
yeah.
Not sure how whips can slow down a fall, but oh well. They had to do something, I guess.
Yeah, they work as good support beams and toothbrushes.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I was just reminded of that one gag from, really old Dissected episode from before Boom came out. Yeah, joking about like the electric beam thing.
Yeah.
Hey Sonic, you should use this toothbrush instead.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know me and I love my deep cuts.
You sure do.
Yeah.
I just have to do this because at the bit where Styx gets hit with the pipe and before she goes into the tree, she goes.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
Yes. I did find that funny. It's just like seeing her be going, whoosh!
Yeah, she shouts the thing. Oh my goodness, she
Yeah,
stole my
wee.
catchphrase.
Whee! Ka-thong.
Yeah.
And then an ominous Eggman before he looks silly again on
Yeah.
the one single wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about the off panel, I guess.
Oh yeah, the off panel.
Oh, Dave
We
does
just-
show up. Ah, I was lying. Dave makes an appearance. And Mickey Mouse, apparently.
Oh yeah, Mickey Mouse. No, maybe it's Minnie Mouse.
Fair enough. Anyway,
You never know.
But yeah, it's just once. Yeah, again written by Bill Freiger, and it's just like, oh, I'm the fastest thing, faster than a train, and that. But of course, not as fast when waiting in line.
Yeah.
wah, wah, wah. Well, Dave is shockingly happy. I thought he was always miserable about his job. And now
He's playing with a ball and a cup.
Hell yeah, that cup and ball game. Yeah.
I guess.
Maybe it's the kid's meal toy.
Yeah, he gets distracted by the toys and the kids' meals.
I guess.
While everyone's just grumbling like stingers, it's like, oh, can we have our food? No, until
Yeah.
I get this ball in the cup.
Yeah, where's my damn man burger? Yeah.
The mepka.
Yeah.
Do you want any
Did you-
mayonnaise on it?
Did you say meh bucket or meh fucker?
The what?
I said, did you say the meh bucket or the meh fucker?
I assume the Mag Bucket, that's what I heard, but sure.
I
Let's...
assume.
I thought he actually said meh fucker.
You're reading too many Sonic Boom fanfics, you.
Yeah.
What?
These
Yeah,
comments
so
are
maybe
frying
that-
my brain.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be trying to voice Dave the intern because obviously I don't do a good enough job if people assume I'm saying fucker.
It's not easy voice acting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not easy
I'm
trying
sure
to do
Sonic
that,
could do a perfect one.
Yeah, squeaky voice teen. Yeah, it's always that hard to capture that tone. Yeah. Oh, do you want fries with that? Yeah. Yeah, there's my best one.
Look, I was
Fine.
Sounds close to the guy in The Simpsons.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. So honestly, I just couldn't be bothered to remember what Dave the intern actually sounded like.
So, aside from doing Fastidious Beaver, I also did Dave the Intern in Sonic Boom Roger Fight 2.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, I was Fastidious Beaver, Dave the Intern, and Soar the Eagle, who is just Captain Theory without the voice filler. But Dave is like the welcome to Meh Burger. Today's special free ketchup with whatever.
Oh, may I?
Yeah.
Ah, my eye!
Ah, my! I'm not supposed to get pudding in it.
Sounds pretty good. Just don't talk about any Mag Buckets. That's bad news.
Yeah.
Poor Melty. Shall we move on to the final Sonic Boom comic for this show and the entire run of the series?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go before my brain goes bye bye.
First little
Double
deep.
bill.
What does it look? Yeah, you want to do this
I'm
one?
going to say that it's going to be a double bill with me.
Indeed, we get 2 stories for the price of 1.
Yeah. And even after with 11 issues, it still says based on the hit.
No,
wait, this time it actually says based on the hit TV series.
they didn't mention the video game anymore. They finally realized the video game didn't do very well.
Too little, too late. Oh well.
Poor Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. But yeah, Luke, sorry for interruption. Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, this is a double bill with me because this is my favourite issue of the run. We're going to start with the story. Thank you. We are going to start with the story Eggman Gets a Gorilla. We start off with Eggman in a huge, awesome-looking mech called a Meebot. Sonic asks what it is behind it, which turns out to be a screen that was recommended to Eggman by EggFan91 on his message board. Sonic spins into the Meebot, making it fall over and explode. Eggman escapes ashamed and embarrassed for the 19,592nd time as Sonic laughs his arse off at him. Back at Eggman's lair, Eggman gets berated and criticised by Eggman91 on his message board, which content creators would relate to. Eggman realizes that making a giant robot isn't working out, so he needs to try something new, something different, something that no mad scientist, villain, or politician would ever think of. Order a gorilla off the internet, which I guess you can get off the dark web, or Craigslist, or Wish. Sometime later, Eggman completely forgot about ordering his gorilla and wondered what the hell this giant crate that was delivered to him is. The gorilla is released from his cage, but before Eggman could order him to do anything, the enraged gorilla proceeds to beat the ever-loving shit out of him in a lot of mathematical equations of crashing and smashing and crunching. Eggman runs crying to Sonic, saying, "Well, I'll hurt myself." Sonic asks what's gotten his knickers in a twist. Eggman tells Sonic to read the latest issue of Sonic Boom to get him up to speed. This makes Sonic question why Eggman went to get a gorilla. Sonic goes to Eggman's lair to evict the gorilla, but he's just crashing on the sofa, eating snacks and watching TV. His name is Kyle, by the way. Sonic wants to get Kyle home, but Kyle says that as he was purchased off the internet, the lair is his home. So Sonic suggests that he should crash at his place. At Sonic's house, Kyle literally crashed the place, breaking everything, including his speech balloon. Sonic asks Tails about his freeloading gorilla roommate, which is one of the weirdest things Sonic has gotten himself into, and Tails suggests that Carl should get a job. First, Carl got a job at the local supermarket, but he keeps knocking down all the cans. Then he got a cushy job in the stock market, but he accidentally got his boss arrested for fraud and insider trading. Then he got a job as a window cleaner, but he had difficulties with round buildings and movie references. Carl crashes back at Sonic as well as crashing his chair, thinking he can't do anything. Sonic asks if there's anything he ever wanted to do. Carl says he likes comedy. This gives Sonic an idea, as well as a way to save money on buying light bulbs. So Kyle ends up being a sideshow character on Comedy Chimp's show, breaking Fabergé eggs and everything. Eggman, watching the show, wants a gorilla, completely forgetting he already did that, making Orbot facepalm. Like, oh god, we already did this.
And that was the end of the episode.
Yeah, the reason I liked it is because of how completely wacky the art style is. It kind of makes me wish that this cartoon was like as if it was made in the 90s. The animation.
I love the art.
I absolutely love the bit where when Eggman runs away crying.
Yeah.
He goes and he runs to Sonic going, "Oh, Sonic, I messed up."
This art really compliments Sonic Boom. Yeah, I wish it would look more like this.
Artwork being this time the artwork being done by Diana Skelly, who's has worked on I think it's the first time she's done like a proper main story for Sonic Boom, but yeah, she's worked on other things for Archie Sonic and even IDW Sonic, though it's mostly just been cover art.
It's pretty awesome, very expressive. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the gorilla as well. How it goes from lazy to immediately super pissed off in a second.
And of course.
And of course, Eggman had lots of great face expressions, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
artwork's been a lot more looser, yeah.
Yeah, I also like the bit when he starts plotting and then the last one says, "Oh, what do you think of me in the recent past? It was my idea."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those kinds of jokes that only really works in comic books. My favorite example of that is, I wish I could find it again. There was like a panel of some Justice League comic where like on the left side of it, the Flash is running away and he says, "I'll be right back." And on the right side of the panel, he's like, "All right, I'm back."
That's pretty good. That's always fun when I do that, yeah.
Yeah. It's just something you couldn't do with any other form of media.
Nope. Very hard to pull off, yeah. Although sometimes they try. I mean, there was like Comic Zone, like a video game in the Sega Genesis, also had a lot of jokes about the comic books since the video game took place in one. So you have a lot of parts where you kind of break the panels itself, just move from location to location. So it also had a lot of comic book jokes like that.
I just noticed in the panel where Kyle breaks Sonic's speech bubble, he's being tripped by the smile bug. More on that later.
Oh yeah. Yep, more on that later.
Oh,
yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, and then of course his speech bubble saying, "Don't crash into my word bubble."
gotta love that the stockbroker is like a beginning job here, like a starter's job.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
really good. Like on the same level as working in the supermarket.
Yeah. And then of course he finally gets his job of being comedy. So it starts off with like, oh yeah, bull in the china shop. Hoo hoo. Except it's not the bull that's destroying everything. Yeah.
It's
Oh, and there's the smile bug again.
Yeah.
a lot of foreshadowing.
He's
here.
everywhere.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's everywhere.
He- What is it?
Oop. It's just saying he's everywhere.
Ah.
We're confusing each other. How nice. I think we're
Yeah.
getting tired. Shall we move on to the next story?
I mean, one thing I was gonna say is like the whole sort of, where Carl was talking about, the stockbroker thing and talking about all the insider trading sort of stuff, and I'm just remembering Yuji Naka being involved.
Yeah, I kind of stuck
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, it had to be
Boy.
mentioned at some point.
Well, that's either something that didn't age well or predicting the future. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of snuck that in with my synopsis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good
Um,
one.
Man, so I guess now the Warthog is supposed to be like the Sonic version of Yuji Naka.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, and also I like the bit where like Carl's cleaning his windows and like it's a bit of a reference to King Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of funny because he's just minding his, and then suddenly like starts showing up assholes. Yeah.
And then he gets fired even though he didn't do anything. It's the army
Yeah.
got screwed up. It's not fair. Just like in real world. Oh well.
For some reason, the panel where he's like working in the grocery store and all the cans fall over, that raccoon's face is so familiar to me for some reason.
Oh, from
It's so goofy.
from that show, no,
Show?
Regular show?
regular show. That's the one. Yeah.
Oh, regular show, yeah. Maybe.
Is that face?
Maybe, I don't know, but I like it.
I love the
Yeah.
koala lady in the background too. Also, it's a great face
Yeah.
expression.
So
Not sure I'm getting a SpongeBob vibe from it for some reason.
oh yeah, it does kind of feel like something out of SpongeBob. Yeah.
Great face expression in this one. Yep.
Yeah, especially with Kyle suddenly rocking that ponytail with the stockbroker job.
Oh, being yuppie. Yeah. Although it is kind of really out of place in the Sonic Boom universe to have stockbrokers and actual cops. Like it's suddenly like big city, even though in the normal show there's never anything big like that.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Sonic Boom universe, there's just one city left. And that's only in there for the sake of a joke. Yeah.
Was there a city? I don't even remember. Okay. Oh, the
Yeah.
city in the sky
No,
with the
I'm
robots.
saying, like- Oh, right, that one, yeah. That forgettable four-parter, yeah. Even though there's there's definitely one plot detail in that four-parter that really like set me off and triggered my anger, but that's another
One day we'll talk
Maybe.
about the TV show. Maybe we'll respect it more after watching it a second time. Who knows?
who knows?
The
And if
comic
not,
book
at
is
least
good.
you guys can hold me back. Yeah.
But at least for the comics, it's great. I think the 2D style really complements the sense of humor way more than the 3D art
Yeah.
did. But yeah, shall we move on to the next one?
Oh yes, the final story.
Yeah.
True Stories,
The finale.
the finale of Sonic Boom comic. Was this also by Luke, or did someone else gonna do this?
Yeah,
one?
Yeah.
also asked to do this one as well because it's another one of my favorite stories as well.
Fair enough. Let's go with Psychopathic Amy.
Yeah. Okay, true stories. Whilst wearing his cool new hat, Eggman has trouble finding his new earpiece, so he suspects it fell out as he was installing spy cameras around the island, or Sonic or one of his gang of furry fools has nicked it. So he checks in on Tails, who has built a dance instructor robot who compliments him as he boogies to the jukebox. Then Eggman checks in on Amy, who is trying to destroy a smile bug who is pissing her off royally with her trollolol face. Amy just looks like she is about to break some necks. Eggman thinks Sonic might have nicked it, so he finds him sleeping and gets woken up by Carl the gorilla who shoves a pie in Sonic's face. This makes Eggman want a pie as well. Eggman then checks in on Knuckles at the hat shop. He fears commitment, so the shopkeeper shows him the Team Fortress 2 hat stack, which he buys along with a signature Knuckles hat. but he doesn't want the same hat Eggman was wearing as he thinks that hat's stupid. This makes Eggman ditch the hat. Eggman finally checks in on Styx, who happens to be spying on him. This makes Eggman so annoyed that he switches off the spy cam and stomps on the earpiece he was looking for. Just as he was about to blow a gasket, he hears the doorbell thinking it's the pizza. Eggman is greeted by a mail-order bride. No, wait, it was another gorilla that he forgot he ordered. Again. And it ends with Eggman being beaten to death by a gorilla. Again.
Christmas, crunch, so for why?
So yeah, boom, Eggman dies. The end.
Killed by a gorilla.
That's all, folks.
And for the first time, no teaser for the next story because this was the final one, and I guess they
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah, that was the ending. Yeah.
Just ended.
Yeah, there seems to be a bit of an odd story of why the series got canceled. Like, from what I can gather, or at least from one time that Ian Flynn said, apparently the whole deal about the Sonic Boom being that short-lived, he said it wasn't because of sales. Like, he said the comics were doing just fine. And apparently it wasn't a decision from Sega. It was more of a decision from Archie Comics, who thought, like, well, yeah, Sonic Boom's not really fit out for, like, a main story thing. Maybe we should do, like, something smaller, like throw bonus issues for, like, the compilation issues. So it's kind of teased there. It's like, oh, for more Sonic Boom, check out Sonic Super Digest in the magazines. And, like, sure, there was, like, 1 or 2 reprints in that series, but after that, yeah, they really didn't do anything new with Boom, so... And of course, after that, yeah, the whole Worlds Unite thing ended, and yeah, it was definitely a very expensive thing to put together with all the licensing fees and whatnot. So at the end of it all, they put the crossover together at the cost of both Mega Man and Sonic Boom ending their comic runs.
Boo. Although maybe lucky us because then we had a quick little comic book to go through. We're already finished it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
So, real quick, the panels of like Eggman saying, you know, I'm the angriest man who ever lived. Mike Pollock himself actually dubbed those panels, and I have posted the audio in livestream planning.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow. Yeah, I do know that's like the one that's like out of all the panels from Sonic Boom, that's like the one of the most popular ones you see like pop up on Twitter and everywhere else. Yeah.
All right, I'll play the audio. Hopefully, it plays on the stream then.
I'm the angriest man who ever lived. Oh, that must be the pizza.
Yeah, but no cur ding dong. Bad detail.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it did play on the stream, so everyone heard it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man, that was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, hey, now we can see Mike Pollock join us on the stream. Yay!
Yay!
Yes, he's totally
Yeah.
there, live to help.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll just leave it at that and not, you know.
Anything else? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and then we had an
Looking for
off panel,
West to win.
which I don't really
Yeah.
get.
Which
Yeah.
is just Eggman buying progressively bigger and bigger gorillas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boot. Yeah, which see, yeah, it's Bill Freiberger again. So yeah, I guess he became just like the off-panel guy for the comics. Yeah.
But it does
I
mean he
would,
did have an awareness of the main story. Oh, yeah, sorry, Luke, go ahead.
I would think that Melty would have liked the bit where Knuckles buys a Team Fortress 2 hat stack.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the joke's kind of a bit of. It's like, yeah, Team Fortress. Haha. But then he like disses on the OVA hat, so I'm like, fuck you, Knuckles. Yeah, fuck you,
No,
Knuckles.
no.
Nobody
No,
be
he
dissing the
liked-
hat.
He liked the OVA hat. He didn't like the leprechaun hat
No,
that Eggman was also wearing at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now
Yes,
I
that
see
one.
it. Yeah.
Well, I have to admit, I also thought he was joking about the OVA.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay,
get
but
that
I
joke
guess
either.
okay, to be fair, that's like another panel that gets brought up like so much on the internet, and it's only like that one with just him wearing the stacked hat. So I guess yeah, for the longest time, I always thought Knuckles meant the OVA hat and not like the actual feather hat. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
mean,
get
yeah,
that
it was-
either, to be fair.
It's understandable considering the fact like how the artist ended up coloring the hat, the fedora differently, so it just kind of vanishes.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, it just blends into that guy's clothes. Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Ah.
Oh my gosh,
I
it
see.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I didn't even
yeah.
notice that.
So I guess that was the
yeah.
intended joke, but then the coloring artist just got drunk or something.
Yeah.
Or
'Cause
also
I think even
thought,
Suller's expression is just like, why did he have to colour that wrong? We all missed that.
Yeah.
We all thought he was dissing on the OVA hat.
Yeah, I always thought he was dissing on the OVA hat. Yeah. I guess it's
thought
just
he was
because.
too until I saw Eggman's reaction in the next panel,
Yeah.
and then I'm like,
Ah, yeah.
oh, okay. And I go back and I see it's on top of the stack.
Yeah. Curse you out of context. Yeah.
But yeah,
And
once
I've
again,
also noticed that Eggman's spy camera is tied to a rat's head.
oh yeah. Well, I suppose it's got
That's
to be
funny.
mobile, considering the fact that Knuckles is always on the move. He doesn't have a proper home.
Oh yeah, now I'm seeing it. Yeah.
poor rat can't keep his balance. The camera's heavier
Yeah.
than
Yes.
itself.
It's squished by it. Yeah.
And poor Cal the
They-
Gorilla, it was about to become a recurring character, and then the show's immediately cancelled.
Yeah, I think he's like the only like original, or at least more original active character made exclusive for the comics. Cause yeah.
Yeah, and I think we all want to see Sonic being hit in the face with a pie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom Sonic in particular, yes.
Ah yes, that bastard. Yeah.
Considering how often he naps a lot of the time, despite supposed to be the most hyperactive sort of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, the panels of Eggman and Sticks spying on each other is just gold. I love it.
Yeah. Spyception.
Once again, like great, like facial reactions.
That too,
Yeah.
yeah. But just the endless reflection is also awesome, yeah.
Especially with how Eggman's just looking so fed up when he like tunes into Sonic. He's just like, "Phew."
Nothing's good on television. Meh.
Yeah. So that ends this, I suppose.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess we might as well talk about our final thoughts on the Boom comics.
Yeah.
Indeedy.
Well, definitely the 2D art really complements it and makes it a lot better. I
Yeah.
enjoyed this way better than the show. So,
Yeah.
Make it a lot more expressive.
Ah yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
really.
artwork's very nice.
and maybe the timing also is better because in the comic you make your own timing and off the beats of the jokes. Well, in the show you kind of dependent on the show. So, I don't know. The comic worked way better than the show. So I'm kind of surprised how little the villages were used. Like I said before, but yeah, pretty good. I liked it. It was a good run.
Ah, yeah. And yeah, despite my dislike to Sonic Boom in general, yeah, like I will admit the comics does moments, and yeah, like the artwork's always great. Yeah, nice Archie Sonic veterans doing this stuff, and yeah, the whole like running gag with the Kerr onomatopoeia stuff, like yeah, especially in the last couple of issues when they just went all ham on it. So yeah, my final thoughts, it's like yeah, out of all the official Sonic Boom stuff, I will say the comics is like the most at least tolerable compared to my distaste of the show.
I
And
have
I
to defend-
also like how the comics themselves is like a throwback to the very early Archie comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the
Kind
logo
of got
jokes.
that
You mean.
similar vibe.
Ah, yeah.
All right, so
Maybe the,
guess it's fitting. There's one of the final things Archie comic did then with the character, like bookends.
Yeah.
But right, yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic. what?
I liked the I like the Sonic Boom comics. They're silly. They like more so than like Roger and Melty. I liked Sonic Boom for the most part. And like I think these comics are some of the best Sonic Boom media there is because it lends itself so well to the comedic like wacky expressions and stuff. I think this is where it shined best. But you know, it was a nice little short detour in our Sonic journey.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Luke, your thoughts. Even though y'all
I mean-
already had a couple.
Yeah, as I said, I actually do like this comic series about like how fun it is, how expressive it is. I think if I was to rank the three pillars of of Sonic Boom, I would like put it at number one with the animated series at number 2 and the games at number 3.
Poor Sonic Boom, very nice. Alrighty, fair enough. You and your final thoughts.
Well, it wasn't too bad. I'm embarrassed to admit though that I ended up getting like 5 copies of the first issue, but only because it had like those cover variants that all put together to show the long sort of action scene that was going on with the cast and crew against Eggman and the Burn Bot. But overall, it's alright. I wasn't anything like totally amazing. I suppose if I had one gripe, I suppose maybe it was like the overuse of her in everything, because at that point I was just getting a bit like, okay, it's kind of it's pretty much run its course at this point. Can we just finish it off, please, and just go back to regular sound effects or something like that? But no, they just stuck with it all the way through the whole thing. I'm just like, ugh.
If only the comics were actually, yeah. If only the comics were written more by Bill Freiberger.
I mean,
it's going
so yeah, issue 5 was sort of like a small breather from the whole sound effects.
Not a big fan of running gags, huh? Fair enough.
Well, no, it just felt like it just ran out its welcome, at least in my opinion. So everyone else was fine with it. It was just me being a negative Nancy.
Yes, indeed. But hey, we have the perfect drawing for you being a negative Nancy. There we go.
I am seeing the Kirby stuff on screen there. Yeah. So yeah, there's my quick doodle that I did at while I was on break at work. Yeah.
Well, you better be on your break, otherwise you'd be in trouble. Like, Melty, will you stop doodling on that napkin?
Hey, maybe they can show it on the news report they were filming. It's like, we have no news, but let's just show the drawing of our cameraman. Why not?
Yeah.
Breaking news! I'm actually Kirby.
No, basically there was a criminal and Melty had to draw the perpetrator, and that's all he could draw.
Yeah.
This is the person wanted by the police.
Yes.
My name Kirby.
And just so you know, that's his arm, not his nose.
Yeah, that's the other arm. Yeah.
And the other
So I
one
was
is
going for a
his
side
other
view
arm,
angle,
not his
yeah.
ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't worry, I'm not ahead on legs. Yeah. Yeah. So
Well-
yeah, I'm a Kirby, not a Goomba. Yeah.
Good to know, so they won't stomp on you. Anyway, I'm a bit spent, so I think it's about time we wrap up. Everyone has any final things to say for today?
Okay.
Yeah, it's,
Alright, sounds good.
yeah, just want to quickly plug in, like, ooh, new episode of Archie Sonic Character Files where I covered the other Sonic robots, like Pseudo Sonic and Titan Sonic. But yeah, for this stream-wise, tune in next time where we get to finish up Sonic Underground. You finally get to hear Roger's final thoughts on the show in general.
Because people desperately want to know those.
Yes. Everyone must know.
I mean, hey, you've never seen the show before, so, you know, it's your big, crowning moment to finally reveal it, yeah.
That's true.
But yeah. So yeah, next stream is the finale to Sonic Underground. And now because
Yep.
of that, it's all gonna be Sonic Underground themed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably not going to talk about anything else. So we have more time to
Yeah.
figure out which comic to pick next.
Yeah, because it's kind of funny. It seems like I've mostly been the one to recommend, like, oh, we should do this next or that's next. But right now, it's like, I don't know. I can't think of much. You know, we've still got plenty to go on the table.
Yeah.
I guess we can continue Fleetway again. Or we can finally start on Archie and make you and a little bit of Melty Man very happy.
Yay!
Oh, we can do the French comic. That would be interesting.
Oh yeah, like do something more obscure, like the French comic, or finish up the Gold Sonic books. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll have another 2 weeks to think about that.
Well, or Rhino basically saying, "Come on, Sonic X Comics, go!"
Oh yeah,
Well, I
Sonic
mean,
X.
we've already covered a few, so yeah, we could go back and finish up the rest of it.
Plenty of choices, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, that's it for today. So bye bye, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye.
goodbye.
Toodle pip.
Wheesh!
Weesh indeed.
Yahoo!
Well, that's a new one.
From Sala.